Let me tell you a story about a man, a good man, a family man. Oh, he was not a Scrooge. He was kind, generous, and upright in his dealings with others, but he just didn't believe all that incarnation stuff which the churches proclaim at Christmas time. It just didn't make sense, and he was too honest to pretend otherwise. He just couldn't swallow the Jesus story about God coming to earth as a man. "I'm truly sorry to distress you," he told his wife, "but I'm not going with you to church this Christmas Eve." He said he'd feel like a hypocrite, that he'd much rather just stay at home, but that he would wait up for them. Shortly after the family drove away in the car, snow began to fall. As he sat in his fireside chair and read the newspaper, he was startled by a thudding sound, and then another, and then another. At first he thought someone must be throwing snowballs against the house, but when he went to the front door to investigate, he found a flock of birds huddled miserably in the snow. They had been caught in the storm and, in a desperate search for shelter, had tried to fly through his living room window. Well, he couldn't let those poor creatures just lie there and freeze, so he remembered the barn where his children stabled their pony. Quickly he put on a coat and galoshes and tramped through the deepening snow to the barn. He opened the doors wide and turned on a light so the birds would know the way in. But the birds did not come in. He figured food would entice them, so he hurried back to the house, fetched breadcrumbs, and sprinkled them on the snow, making a trail to the yellow-lighted, wide-open doorway of the stable. But to his dismay, the birds ignored the breadcrumbs. He tried catching them. He tried shooing them into the barn by walking around them and waving his arms, but instead they scattered in every direction, except into the warm, lighted barn. And then he realized they were afraid of him. To them, he reasoned, I'm a strange and terrifying creature. If only I could think of some way to let them know that they can trust me, that I'm not trying to hurt them, but to help them. But how? And he thought to himself, if only I could be a bird and talk to them and mingle with them and speak their language and tell them not to be afraid, then I could show them the way to the safe, warm barn. But I would have to be one of them so they could see and hear and understand. At that moment, the church bells began to ring. The sound reached his ears above the sounds of the wind, and he stood there, listening to the bells, pealing the glad tidings of Christmas. And he sank to his knees in the snow.
Good evening, everyone. This is Direct Mark Aranal, and welcome to MarkyTalk R&R. As you know, R&R is ratings and reviews. There you go. Ratings and reviews. We do this occasionally where we review films that you find on Netflix. Sometimes we do theater too. Whatever content that we could find online that we feel we want to pay attention to at gusto rin namin mairekomenda, pag-uusapan namin. Tonight we'll be talking about an award-winning film, and it's making a lot of noise nowadays kasi sunod-sunod po ang kanyang pagkapanalo sa iba't ibang international film festivals. It's a Cinemalaya film that is now making waves internationally. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And tonight is our final review of the series of The Chosen. And that you know, if you've been following R&R, MarkyTalk R&R before, you know that that is one of the major highlights of what we've been doing. And we're so excited because this is actually the 8th installment of Market Talk R&R, and this is also the eighth episode of The Chosen. So we have so many things to talk about, and we would love you to interact with us. So you can even disagree with us if you feel that what we're talking about, you don't quite agree. That's perfectly fine. Mag-type lang po kayo sa ating comment section, and whenever we have a chance, we're gonna bring up your comments and acknowledge you even, okay? So samahan po ninyo kami. Hindi po kami mga professional film critics. We are not even film students, okay? But we are just like a group of friends who like to talk about movies. You know how it is, di ba? Which sobrang namimiss ko. Yung after manood kayo ng sine, magko-coffee kayo, magkwentuhan kayo na ang galing-galing naman ni Sharon dun sa Sharon pa, no? Napaka-80s ko talaga. Yung mga tipong gano'n. Parang, and then you kind of like to process it. Now, there are films that are a little bit more difficult to process that you really need to talk about. Diba? May mga bagay na talaga ang bigat sa dibdib na kailangan mo ng parang debriefing o to detoxify. Diba? Yung tinatawag natin minsan na kailangan ng pagbag. Ito pong unang pelikula na pag-usapan natin, medyo kailangan ng ganon. Medyo kailangan ng pagbag sapagkat may mga issues na you need to really discuss with a friend, okay? But I'm telling you, sometimes we are a little afraid of movies like that. Na parang, gusto ko lang pag manood ako ng sine, yung enjoy lang, hindi na ako mag-iisip. But I'm telling you, if you have not really been attracted or you're not, you don't like films like that, you could be missing a lot. Because as we already know, the arts is a special window to life, that we understand life from the point of view of artists through their work of art. Okay, simulan na natin. Okay, I'm gonna be bringing in my usual host here in Market Talk R&R and so many other episodes of Market Talk. Please welcome Jeff Escaros.
Hi everyone, magandang gabi. My name is Jeff Escaros at kilala na ninyo ako.
That's right.
I'm both a chancellor and a marquee talker. So, yun yung dalawang grupo ko na theater artist. Puro theater artist kami yun.
That's right.
Chancel Rep and marquee talk. Yeah, Chancel Rep.
Chancel Repertory Theater, which is the theater company that we belong to. Okay, and Jeff is joining us all the way from Taiwan. Ano bang estimate mo? How many thousands of miles away is Manila from Taiwan? Have you ever?
Siguro mga, hindi ko alam direct.
Research mo ha. Yun ang homework mo. Susunod na mag-guesting ka. Tapos pag-grade mo, I am coming from you 6,000 miles away. Matipong ganyan. Ha? Okay,
wow.
Yan. Gusto ko
Maganda yun.
I-research mo. Okay. Sige. And of course, ang ating suking reviewer, siya po, siguro sa grupo namin, ito na yung malapit-lapit sa talagang tunay na reviewer because Jeff, he used to write blogs about movies. Enthusiast talaga ito at masipag talaga ito mag-review. Mas masipag pa sa akin. Please welcome Eldrin Veloso.
Hi! Magandang gabi po sa lahat. Thank you, Direk. Hi, Jeff. Good evening po sa lahat ng ating mga viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight. Coming from 20 kilometers away from you, Direk.
Wow!
Taga dito lang din sa Maynila. But I'm very excited for our reviews for tonight.
Yes.
Hira lang kasi talaga yung mga local films na pag pinanood mo, it will really change you and would really, restore your belief in the Philippine film industry in general. And this is one of them, I believe. Excited na may review, my God.
Oo, no? Okay, and buti naman, tayong tatlong lalaki, sinumahan ng dalawang magandang babae.
Yes, the roses.
So let me welcome for the first time on Market Talk R&R Ratings and Reviews, theater actress Kath Nobleza.
Hello!
Nakamute ka.
Hi, Kath!
Hello po. Good evening po sa inyong lahat. Muna maraming salamat po sa pag-imbita. At kailangan ko po talaga magpagpag. Sobrang thank you talaga. Ayun po, sobrang excited ako. Salamat po.
Tell us more about yourself, Kath, since it's your first time.
Yes, first time ko po dito. Ako po ngayon ay nandito sa Baguio City. And ako po ay isang trainer ng isang grupo which is Tanghalang SLU under po ng St. Louis
St.
University.
Louis.
Yes, opo.
Mm.
Yes po. Ayun
Mm.
po. 11 years, magka-12 years na po ako sa mundo ng teatro.
Mm. So,
Wow!
so
Punong ko na
diyan,
yun.
diyan
Pangarap
ka
ko lang
talaga
po.
nakatira? Diyan ka talaga nakatira na Kath?
Hindi
So,
po, ano po, taga sa Manila po talaga ako.
okay.
Pero dito po ko dinala ng Lord.
Oo.
So, ito po tayo ngayon.
All the way from Baguio
Gano'n
City.
yun?
Oo. Ano yun, Eldrin? Ano daw?
Gano'n kami ngayon dyan ka?
Ngayon po, ano bang ano ngayon? Sakto lang naman, ano po, 2 kumot, gano'n. Basta dali po ma-explain, 2 kumot po kailangan.
Yun ang dapat homework mo naman, Kath. Next time mag-guest ka. Okay, it's ano ba usually sa Baguio, mga 17 degrees, 18 degrees.
Yes
It's
po.
18 degrees here, mga tipong ganon. Parang pag nagre-report
Sige.
ka.
Next time po.
Oo. Ang church ko sa Baguio, whenever I go there, yung Guiding Light with Pastor Robbie Casas. I don't know if you know that church. That's where, yun ang parang home church ko whenever I'm in Baguio. Yes,
Sige,
Guiding
po,
Light.
minsan po dalaw po ako doon.
Oo, yun. And meron pa pong isa para kumpletuhin na ang aming basketball team. Okay, our 5th member. She is a radio producer, a broadcaster also, from one of the institutions of radio and broadcasting. Of course, I'm talking about Far East Broadcasting Company. Joining us from all the way from Isabela, Hannah Placer.
Yan, hello po. Good evening po
Hi,
sa lahat po.
Hannah!
Good evening po sa lahat po ng mga nakikinig at mga nanonood po ngayon. At ako nga po si Hannah Placer. Ayan, staff po ako ng 702 DZAS, FABC, Radio TV na po kami ngayon. At yun nga po, kagaya po na sabi ni Direct Mark, nagpo-produce po ako ng programs like Oras sa Pilipinas and yung Heartline Youth Edition. And currently po, nandito po ako sa Isabela, sa sister station po ng 702 DZAS, yung 1143 DZMR dito po sa Santiago City, Isabela. So, pumunta po ako rito to help the station after po nga nung nangyaring Typhoon Ulysses. So, nandito po ako, pang 3 weeks ko na po ngayon na nandito. So, yun, excited po ako na makasama po kayo talaga sa film review po natin. Ayun po.
Thank you, Hannah, for joining us. Give us an idea. Because of the pandemic or since the pandemic, ano ang mga major changes na nangyari sa FEBC, if ever meron?
Sa ngayon po, dahil nga po dahil pandemic po, no, yung mga talents po natin, yung mga volunteers po natin ay sa kanya-kanya po mga tahanan nagbo-broadcast. And thankful po tayo sa technology kasi kahit po nasa mga kani-kaniyang mga bahay na nakapag-broadcast po and nagre-record po ng mga programs nila, yun, at sinusend na lang din po sa ating pong station para magpatuloy pa rin po yung broadcast. Ganun po yung nangyayari ngayon.
No, but we really have to make do with what we have and make the most out of that available technology, no? Pero nami-miss ko sobrang radyo. I used to guest a lot in Heartline and iba't ibang mga shows ng DZAS. And there was a time, I don't know kung naabutan mo yun, Hannah, I had a regular radio program on DZFE naman, on the FM station.
Napapakinggan ko po yun. Napapakinggan ko po yun nung bata pa po ako.
Oo nga eh. I was about to say, pinanganak ka na ba nun?
Oo. High school po ako nung nakikinig po ako ng, na radio. Naalala ko pa po yung mga ini-interview niyo po sila. Nung pasikat pa lang po sila, Kuchinadal. Yan po.
Grabe ang iyong memory, ha?
Yes,
May follower ka pala direct from your radio days.
Masarap naman ang radyo talaga eh. Masarap talaga ang radyo. Ibang high, ibang feeling. Okay, meron tayong bumabati. Ay, galing naman pala kay Kat ito eh. Ruth Angelo Santos, bakbaw tayo sa Iska. Share ka ng thoughts mo here.
Balot po tayo.
Akala ko naman. Pero totoo po ha. As to then, pero totoo pa, we would love to hear from you guys, okay? At hindi
Yes.
po tayo kailangan maging professional film critic, okay? But if you have something to contribute, something to share, this is the venue where we welcome your opinions. Of course, walang bashing, walang respeto lang po na if you don't agree with us, no? Walang mag-asa. Okay, so simulan na natin. We kind of gave you a teaser earlier that this is a local movie that is currently making a lot of noise in international film festivals. No, we're going to be showing you a brief teaser, and then Eldrin, you wanted to, and then Eldrin will be introducing it after this. Teka, hindi ko mahanap yung trailer ko. After this trailer, wait, kaya naman pala, maling yung file ang titingnan ko. There you go.
Sumut ka talaga eh. Wala ka naman tinong sinabi dito sa bata eh.
Isa naman dyan sa anak mo. Nang iniwanan niyang apo mo, sira ulo kasi.
Hindi sira ulong apo mo. Special child. Special child ang tawag sa kanya.
Usap-usapan sa mga kapitbahay ang tungkol sa umano'y batang kinukulong sa sarili niyang bahay.
Tinatrato ko daw po hayop. Kinakatena ko daw po. Hindi naman totoo.
Ayan. So our review, first up for review today is Iska, no? Iska is a film, an independent film na part ng 15th Cinemalaya Independent Film Festival but is now available and streaming on Netflix. So Iska is a story of a loving but impoverished grandmother who dotes on her autistic grandson abandoned by her daughter. She juggles this responsibility with being challenges of living with an alcoholic and abusive husband. She never lost her tenacity and will to survive. However, in a tragic comical way, her life unfolded that made her lose everything and turn into someone the society actually reckons her to be. This film stars Ruby Ruiz in a titular role, Suleiman Cruz, Prael Gura, among others, and directed by Theodore Boborol. Derek, if I may, no, I would just want to mention all the awards na nag-gather by this independent film, no, especially in abroad. First, I want to mention, no, sa 15th Cinemalaya Film Festival, it won Best Actress for Ruby Ruiz, Best Screenplay for Mary Rose Colindres, and Best Sound for Iman Verona and Russell Gabayeron. And recently, no, nakakuha na sila ng nominations from Gawad Orian for Best Actress, on the international scene at the 15th Harlem International Film Festival in New York. Ruby Ruiz won the Best Actress, no, among all international films competing in that festival. And recently, 6th Herat International Women Film Festival in Afghanistan, also Ruby Ruiz bagged the certificate for Best Actress. So that is Iska. We're so excited to review this.
Yes. Simulan na natin. As I said kanina, no, may mga pelikula po na kailangan talagang iproseso mo minsan and it helps to discuss it with friends, lalo na yung mga if you are among people na who like to think, who like to analyze, no. Pero hindi naman po talaga ganun ka-difficult to understand it. You just have to give it a chance to grow on you. I would suppose, okay, I haven't yet given my opinion, but I would suppose this is a film that would probably not be very popular. It's not something na dudumugin sa box office o kikita ng malaki. Okay, pero we are paying attention to it because yun nga po, sunod-sunod siya ng mga awards. Okay, Eldrin, since ikaw na ang nag-introduce ng Iska,
Yes.
would you like to
Oh
start?
my God, I have so many things to say. Sana
Go ahead.
mapagkasya natin. But first, dun po sa mga manonood, we just wanna say na there would be parang triggers on this film. May mga scenes po that portray marital rape, violence, nudity, and explicit sexual scenes. So just be sure na at least prepared po kayo when you watch it. Two things that I really like about it is first, of course, acting. It really felt close to home, especially by seeing those scenes kasi na-experience ko din yan eh. So, little bit of background, UP grad po. So,
Nagahang ba si...
nostalgic.
Ayan, okay.
Yes.
Okay na, sorry. So, medyo nostalgic para sa akin yung pelikula. So, but first, acting-wise, ang galing lahat ng cast. Even Pryle, the one who portrayed the autistic kid, no? And another thing that I liked about this is cinematography. Ang galing nung hinatid niya tayo from the glossy scenes sa umpisa until nagiging gritty and shaky na siya to the end because the subject matter also changes, no? Medyo nagiging mas madilim na siya. If I may just mention my favorite scenes, yung first one is yung...
Mamaya na lang muna yan. Mamaya na yung favorite.
Sige. Okay, sige, sure.
I will be asking everyone to share what are the moments that they find.
Sabi sa'yo, buti nilang pinili.
Since na-mention mo yung cinematography and the shaky camera, actually that is one criticism of some people. Some people hate the film because of the shakiness of the camera work. Did that, but apparently, Eldrin, you appreciated that. It did not bother you. And then, okay, explain mo nga, ano ang tingin mong purpose nun, Eldrin? Bakit shaky yung camera?
Ako kasi, hinatid niya ako from the storytelling itself. So parang noong umpisa, di ba, the way pa that Iska tackled this very heavy social issue, may mga comic reliefs in between, or at least tragicomically nga kung tatawagan niya. So sa una, very light pa yung usapan na parang, okay, this is just a story about a grandmother doting for a autistic kid. And then, nung unti-unti nang parang nagiging haywire na yung storya, doon ko rin napapansin na nagiging mas shaky na yung camera. Kasi for me...
For you, continue.
Tama lang din na nagiging disturbing yung cinematography niya, na nasa-shake din siya. So, hindi ka lang bubulabog story-wise, nabubulabog din yung visual mo. So, it complements for me.
Okay. Sige, how about the others? One more point pala, since nabanggit na niya yung cinematography. I read somewhere, on the earlier scenes, to give it that feel and that glossy look, which you kind of mentioned, you kind of noticed, magpapausok muna sila ng smoke machine before the camera started rolling. In the early part. That's why even the lighting, at first, seems to be a little surreal. Hindi, di ba? And then later on, it's parang more and more realistic. Even the colors become harsher. So in the early part, so they achieved that effect. Okay, kasi hindi siya maliit ang budget niya, so they did not have much for color grading or for digital effects. So smoke machine, so there's like a mist in the air before the camera started rolling. Okay, you were raising your hand, Kath. Go ahead.
Yes po. Na-amaze lang ako din sa shaky part. Parang na-realize ko, bakit kaya ang isip ko kasi sadya ba yun? Parang, kasi hindi mo naman maayos kasi siya noong una nga. Yes. Tapos tumagal na, wait lang. Nahihilo ako na, na-realize ko na, parang ginagawa kanya uncomfortable din kasi nang nakabase dun sa scenes. Parang, very uncomfortable nung scene. Ikaw rin, parang, ano ba? Parang, ang something na gusto ko sa kanila, pinaparamdam nila sa'yo na nandoon ka sa senaryong yun. May mga part po, di ba, na parang ang tagal.
Oo, nakababad.
Oo, nakababad. Parang ikaw na mismo po. Ako na hinahirapan. Ganun po yung feeling. Isa mo ka. Amazed ako sa kanila.
Unang sequence pa lang Even before they put out the title card of Iska, the first sequence is overly long. Dinadamitan lang niya yung bata. Pumapalag yung bata, umiiyak,
True.
sinusuotan niya ng sando, pero parang hindi nagmamadali until finally nag-succeed siya. And it's possible na parang tinetesting ba tayo ng director na to kung ang ating endurance, parang ganyan. But I like your point, Kath. Parang there seems to be an attempt to actually bring us into it. So kind of like a feel of a documentary where it's not a movie, but you're just there. You're actually in the same room watching a lola na dinadamitan niya yung apo niya. Jeff, yeah?
Actually, totoo yun, no? For me, effective siya. Napagod ako. Hanggang sa napagod ako sa lahat ng ginagawa niya para sa apo niya, sa lahat ng ginagawa niya, pagtatrabaho niya. Yung effect ng camera, nakakapagod yung pagbabad ng scenes, nakakapagod yun. Tapos hanggang sa may isang part doon na kahit ako naiyak na ako yung scene nung kala niya, yung about sa work niya, doon na parang bumuhos lahat doon parang nakakapagod itong scene, yung movie na to. Pero effective siya kasi na ano niya ako nahigop niya ako dun sa scene.
So, you're saying, Jeff, yung pagkababad, yung pagkasabi mo nahilo ka, it did not turn you off? But it got you more involved with the character?
Yes. Na-feel ko talaga yung pagod ng character. Na-feel ko yung hirap ng character. Di ba, nakakapagod yun. Binibisa niya yung apo niya. Ano ba yan? Tagal-tagal.
Parang gusto mo nang tumulong no?
Yes, gusto ko nang
pumasok sa eksena at tulungan na nga kita dyan. Hawakan, pigilin mo na nga yung kamay ng batang para matapos na. Di ba? Okay. Hannah, you wanna weigh in?
Yun po. Actually, yun po eksakto na na sinabi ko after ko po talaga na mapanood po yung Iska. Parang gusto ko siyang pasukin, gusto ko siyang tulungan na hanapin yung yung apo niya, kung saan nila dinala. Tapos sabihin ko ano yung totoo, na sabihin na yung apo niya or parang ginamit lang siya para sa rating ng isang palabas. Na, 'di ba po? Ako po kasi isa po sa tumatak po kasi sa akin yung dahil bilang nasa media po, parang isa po sa nag-fail dun sa sitwasyon is yung nasa media po, na ginamit lang yung sitwasyon nila for rating, na hindi naman nila inalam kung ano po yung totoo. Ang allegiance po ng media is sa katotohanan. Siya, hindi niya hinanap kung ano yung totoo. Tapos po ang nag-suffer po talaga na meron ng kahirapan na nararamdaman is si Iska. Yun po parang gusto ko siyang tulungan na hindi siya yun. Yung ganong feeling po. Kaya effective po yung pelikula para sa akin.
Okay. So on that count of getting the audience involved, nag-succeed siya, no?
Yes.
Kasi talagang and you sympathetic ka dun sa kanilang pinagdadaanan, di ba? These are flawed characters. Palamura, marumi ang bibig, pero walang judgment in film Hindi sila hinusgahan. Pinapakita lang sa'yo na ito ang buhay nila. And then, apparently, the film allows you to make a choice. You want to get involved or you want to be turned off. And I think ang effect sa atin in common, sa ating lima, is that we wanted to get involved. And probably, yun din na magiging epekto. By the way, nabanggit din ni Jeff yung background against the UP community. And Eldrin also mentioned that taga-UP siya. In case our viewers don't know, ang Isko at Iska ay palayo ng mga estudyanteng taga-UP. The male students of UP are called Isko kasi scholar ng bayan. It came from the word scholar. So pag sinabing Isko yan, that means UP student yan. At ang mga babae ay Iska. And I think ginamit niya yon na siya, although hindi siya estudyante, siya ay nakapaloob sa UP system just because she has a work in a photocopying machine sa AS. Yung pong AS na binabanggit, AS lang ng AS, Arts and Science Building po yon. At diyan mo makikita, nandiyan ang dula ang UP, diyan mo makita ang mga mostly the art students, arts and literature students are there, no? So set against that background, that moment, okay, nawalan siya ng trabaho, sinabihan siya na huling araw na niya ng pagtatrabaho dun sa Xerox machine, just when she badly needed money, just when she was already suspecting na may sakit siya, lumalabas na. So she was in a desperate financial situation at biglang sinabihan siya na na huling trabaho na niya ito. Okay? Kahit anong pakiusap niya, wala siyang magawa. Yun ang financial reality, economic reality. Nagsara yung negosyo. Then all of a sudden, nag-chant yung mga estudyante ng protest. What do you make out of that? Anyone? Since nabanggit to ni Jeff, so actually I wanna pick it up from there. Sige, Eldrin.
Ako, okay. I viewed it medyo, hindi naman negatively, pero I think the purpose of it was to echo sana the actual sentiment.
Okay.
Chanting for that, no? Pero para sa akin, ang dumating, it's yun na, and it's also my lamentation with the modern day activism na medyo parang we are glorifying what activism is. It's mostly lip service sometimes. Alam ko naman na hindi lahat tayo kayang gumalaw, but parang dun sa scene na yun, ang lakas ng juxtaposition na this is actually someone within the UP system under your nose, students, and you were just chanting. Parang yun lang yung dating sa akin. Na parang you could have worked together. And maybe that's also the point of the movie. I don't know. But yun yung dating sa akin na parang, lalo na nung may eksena po na sunod-sunod yung sa Lantern Parade. So,
yung Oblation Run, pinakita niya.
Pinakita rin yun.
Tapos may mga series of protest in between na parang nagiging event na lang ba ang activism? Nagiging event na lang ba when we shout for the things that we want, we demand, no? And coming pa from Stella L natin, na 'di ba? It's all about one activism, one rally, one protest na hindi talaga sinumalis hangga't hindi nagbabago yung sistema. That used to be what activism or protest are all about. Pero ngayon parang okay, one event, protest, and then tapos na by 5 p.m. pa rin. Sorry, this is my personal opinion by the way. So it doesn't reflect anyone's. But yun po yung na-feel ko with that scene.
I kind of agree with you actually. Kasi sabi ko, ano yun? Anong point nun? And then, I tend to agree with you. Upon thinking about it, maybe it's a commentary on how disconnected sometimes the activism is to the real victims of injustice. But there's a disconnect. Okay? They just saw somebody na mukhang distressed. Na overhear nila na wala ng trabaho. And then they chanted. No one got up to offer her, ate, kumusta ka na? Upo ka muna dito. Ikaw nga niyang tubig si ate. She was already crying out there and she was so obviously upset. And all they did was chant. I tend to agree. I don't know if it's reading too much though, okay? Sometimes iba, may tendency rin tayo na parang, hindi, walang issue din yun, eksena lang yun, wag mo bigyan ng pakahulugan. But if I were to analyze it, I would tend to agree with Eldrin that it shows a disconnection. Kasi from the start, ang lakas ng UP pride eh. You know what I mean? Diba? Nakita mo, Jeff, si Skisix Labastillas?
Yes.
Yung assistant doon, diba, na nagpakuha na, UP Maroons, yeah! So, ang lakas ng UP pride, no? And probably, Director Boborol is from UP, most likely, no? So, but later on, there seems to be a commentary on the disconnection of true activism and the actual victims of injustice. Okay.
That's why alam mo, sorry. Continue. Direct.
Pero hindi yun, isa lamang po yun sa maliit na side issues ng movie. Just to let you know, no? So it's just something on the side. Ang dami kasi namang issues na parang gusto yatang talakayin itong pelikulang ito. Nabanggit na ni Hana kanina about sensationalist media and the irresponsibility of some media outfits just for the sake of a rating. And I love the way Ana Abad Santos played it with pomp and circle. You know, parang and she really hammed it because that's exactly what sensationalist media is doing. Right? Making a big deal out of it for the sake of ratings. So isa po yun, ang dami issues. Go ahead, Jeff.
That's why direct, di ba? Mas naiyak ako. Kasi nga, mas lalo akong naiyak kasi umiiyak na siya. Tapos, nagcha-chant, feeling mo may kasama ka pero wala namang gumagawa at wala namang tumutulong sa'yo. Kaya mas nakakaiyak siya for me. Parang, nakita mo yung scene, isa siya nakatayo sa sobrang dami ng maiingay.
By the way, I hope we will not be spoiling it too much for you guys. We will try to be careful. No, that's okay. Yun ang mahirap sa mga reviews eh. Minsan talagang kailangan ka magsabi ng konting spoiler, but we will try not to. Especially the ending. Okay, we're not gonna give away the ending because that is where hindi ko alam, parang susuntukin ka sa sikmura yata when you get to that. Okay, may mga reactions. Abigail Ko is saying, so just making noise but no action. What we're saying, Abby, is possible na ito yung isang commentary that some activism has to go beyond the level of noise. Again, please do not misunderstand us. We are not saying that activism has no place in society today, but sometimes there is a disconnect when the people who are suffering immediately, she needed something immediate, and yet there was nothing there. Diba? Possible po yun. Okay, ang sabi din ni Ann Buhat Asilom, na curious ako, will watch na Iska. Go, watch ka na, nasa Netflix. Okay, sige. More? And then we're gonna go...
Sasagutin ko lang yung sabi ni Abby,
Sige.
Siguro, sasabihin natin na just making noise but no action. The more nga dapat na i-push natin na gumawa tayo ng paraan para sa kapwa natin. Parang yun yung encouragement dapat natin. Hindi porket sabihin natin ang iingay niyo, wala naman nangyayari. Mas pa dapat tayong gumawa ng bagay para may mangyari. Parang ganun.
Good point. Good point. Good point. Speaking up is action by itself. Making a stand for the cause of justice, making a stand against injustice, making a stand for the oppressed by itself is already action. Although, is it enough? That is one big question. Possibly not. Maybe we need to get more involved. I don't know, through the electoral process and other things. I don't know. That is between you and the Lord as a good Filipino citizen. Okay. Good point on. Good point on, Jeff. Tama. Mas lalong kailangan tayo mag-speak up. Because these things are glaring, no? Anyway. Okay. And then I'm going to be asking you about your favorite scenes. Go, Kath.
Sige po. Regarding po dun sa media po, yung, diba, ang ganda-ganda po ng pag-agreean natin, ang galing-galing nilang umarte. Tapos, pag sa part ng, yung sa show, parang, bakit nila siya umarte? Ba't nila hinayaan? Alam mo yung ganun pong feeling na, bakit nila hinayaan na siya, alam mo yung arteng-arte? Arteng-arte siya. Ano ba, sinadya ba nito? Parang habang pinapanood namin, ay, parang off, parang ganun. Nare-realize nyo na, ganun siya ka-OA nga. Ganun pinapalabas ng ganito ka-OA palabas.
Tama. Tama. Just to make it clear, Ana Abad Santos is a fantastic actress. So, hindi po siya akala niyo.
One of the best theater actors.
So, sinadya yung pagka-over the top. Tama. Good point. Ang dami kasi niyang gustong sabihin, actually. And it is trying to compress commentaries about so many issues within that movie. Okay. Any other insight?
Correct, 'di ba? Sabi nga ni Hana kanina, 'di ba, ang kapag ikaw media ka, dapat truth, 'di ba? Pero ang nakakatawa, ang ginawa nila, media sila pero sila yung OA. Sila yung fake. Diba? Yun yung nakakatawa doon sa movie na yun.
Naging pa sila, purveyors of fake news.
Yes.
Saka naniniwala sila sa sa mga bystanders. Yun yung kinuna nila ng parang silang naging witness. Kung sino pa po yung mga kapitbahay. And then, ang nangyari, iba po yung napagbintangan na kinakandado yung yung anak. Yes. Diba po? Pero po yung isa po sa pinaka-tumatak po sa akin, yung sobrang desperate na siya, nasa church siya, kinakausap niya si Jesus. Sabi niya, bakit mo ba ako pakikinggan? Isa ka lang, nasa kahoy ka lang naman. Tapos nakakita po siya ng ano po, ng pitaka.
Mm.
Nakakatawa po siya para sa akin na parang yung pagbilang ko po ng 100, kapag wala po kumuha nito, sa akin na to. Tapos binilisan niya yung bilang hanggang
Actually,
sa
why
kanya
don't we
na
show that
napunta
scene?
yun.
Why don't we show that scene real quick? Okay,
Sure.
this
Sige po.
from the page of Cinema 76 where they even show us a glimpse of the actual script.
Wow.
Okay.
Diyos ko. Pagbilang ko ng 100 at walang naghanap nito, ibig sabihin, akin to ha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. I need 6, 7, 8, 99, 100. Thank you, Lord.
Yan. Okay. Thank you, Cinema 76. Hiniram ko lang po ang video nyo. Just check it out. Cinema 76, which is one of my favorite venues for indie films. I just saw that on their Facebook. And part of the genius of the filmmaker is the fact na parang hindi siya nagmamadali, no? Sa mga eksena. And then, if you give it a chance, okay, at hindi po kayo madaling mainip, you will be rewarded because you'll be seeing, at marami pong ganang eksena. Okay. Anything else you want to talk about regarding Iska? Anyone? Okay. I also, did you notice also in commentary niya regarding the welfare system and how impersonal, you know, the kinuha yung bata sa bahay ampunan, sa orphanage, and then against her will. Tapos ngayon na hindi na nila ma-handle, gusto nilang isole. By the way, the girl who played the pretty girl there, si Jade
Social worker.
Jade Lopez.
Social worker. I had the chance to be her acting coach before. She's an actress from Star Cinema before. I don't know kung up to now yon. No, sorry, GMA7.
Starstruck po. Starstruck.
Of GMA. Anyway, yun. And it was, maliit lang yung mga papel na yon. And they put in a lot of theater people or good actresses. Beauty Gonzalez had that long staring scene na nagtitigan lang sila and all that. Wala, I agree. Wala kahit isa kang makitang aktor who did badly. But everybody did well, except for Ana Abad-Santos na sinadya talaga that she would be a for that part. So Do you feel that he was also making a commentary on the welfare system and the way our society is inadequate in dealing with special children?
Actually, direct, one thing I've noticed na sinabi ng movie is like, okay sana yung bata sa pangangalaga ng lola, pero sinira yung bonding nung maglola nung kinuha siya out of the house at nilagay siya sa isang orphanage. Kaya pagbalik ng bata, masyado na silang hiwalay na sila, hindi na sila connected. So parang ang nangyari pa is because of that, yung pinagbintangan siya na nagkakadena at kumukulong ng bata, yun tuloy ang nangyari sa kanya. In the end.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry po.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry po.
Go Eldrin.
Ako kasi while obsessing about this film, nagre-research ako, may maganda akong nabasa na parang Iska it's very apt for this film. Kasi nga, yung pagmamahal ng lola dun sa anak, hindi siya enough to actually fully provide. And mapapansin mo na san ka dadalhin ng pelikulang to na actually the whole system that's supposed to take care of the most vulnerable failed them. Na kahit out of control na niya yun, yung mga bagay na yun na yun na nga, I mean, in the backdrop of the UP system na supposed to be the bedrock of democracy and freedom, ganyan. Tapos nga with the media and then with the welfare system ng government supposed to be ang daming mga systems in place that's supposed to take care of them but actually failed them. So yun nga, agree ako that love was not enough.
No. Okay, how would it, in reality, how could she have handled it better? She made an attempt, di ba? She went to a center where they take care of special children. Nag-inquire siya. And she was making an effort naman na mas mabigyan ng tamang care, okay? To give you a little bit more of a background so you understand the discussion. Yung pong apo niya po kasi is within because the spectrum of autism is really large, di ba? Malapad naman po. Pero nandun na po siya sa punto na nagiging uncontrollable, even with violent fits, that the child could be a threat to his own safety. Diba? Nandun na po siya. Kasi meron pong, as I said, malaki po ang spectrum of autism. And the grandmother, Iska, knows na hindi adequate yun. Yung sinasabi ni Eldrin, alam niyang hindi sapat. And she did make an effort, diba? May pinuntahan siyang center that deals with that. Merong yung character ng is that RK Bagaching, the guy na nag-preliminary interview na. And
Joe Marie.
Oo.
It's a theater actor also from the
okay,
UP.
okay. So mali pala yung basa ko sa casting.
Si RK yung isa sa mga
yung tambay.
Okay, siya pala yung tambay. Okay, so nag-preliminary interview na. So hindi mo rin masabi na si Iska was not doing something to bring the child to a proper care. Go, Kath.
Na-realize ko lang po ngayon lang din na parang ganito ba talaga yung sitwasyon ng mga nasa pinakamababa na parang they're trying their best na umalis dun sa sitwasyon na yon, pero dahil nga may nagko-control na, I mean, alam mo yun, stop yung opportunities sa kanila, yung mga pinaplano nila, parang ang hirap lang din ngayon ko lang na-realize, parang ang hirap din for them na yun, parang hindi sila binibigyan ng ganong opportunity.
Oo nga, no?
Natanggal siya. Kasi yun nga po, di ba, nagkulang na ibigay talaga kung ano yung kailangan. Kasi alam niya hindi sapat nga. Pero, out of control, wala siyang power na kahit anong effort.
I'm sure there are experts who are better equipped to handle special children, no? And probably there are centers to take care of that. But you probably need money to get into it.
Yes.
Do we have enough na libre, na government funded? We don't know. Or baka may mga sapat ba ang ginagawa ng mga NGO to, mukhang ang laki ng need nito. Diba? No? So that's another question. Sapat ba? Saan pupunta yung mga walang pera pagka meron ka ganitong sitwasyon sa pamilya mo? Anything else? Then we're gonna be wrapping it up. But I want to know what are your favorite scenes. I want to end with that. Okay, ano pa mga issues ang gusto nyong mailabas dito? Okay, as we were saying, no, parang this is the world, a broken world of people, and it's just showing us ito yung tao, ito yung mundo, at ito yung mga ginagalaw ng mga totoong tao. Minsan parang ang layo ito sa ating sitwasyon, and therefore we feel detached. I feel, in my opinion, kailangan natin ng ganitong pampagising once in a while.
Yes.
To make us, I think Kath used that word, uncomfortable. The film intentionally makes us uncomfortable. And we do need that. We do need that. As I said, it's not gonna make money in the sense that people who wants discomfort. No one wants to pay good money to sit in a movie house to make them feel uncomfortable. But we need it once in a while. If it's something that will shock us to our senses, or that at least will remind us of our humanity, at nahanap natin kung may puso pa ba tayo o wala na, then we need movies like this once in a while. I was a little hesitant to review it because of the harsh language and all that, but if you get beyond that and accept it that this is the real world, ito yung mga tao na ito yung mundong ginagalawan ng mga tao who are trying to find sense out of their lives apart from Christ, apart from God. In fact, si Iska, napaka-distorted yung pagkaunawa niya sa Diyos eh. Di ba? Yung as spoken dun sa eksena na binanggit kanina ni Hannah, nakita natin, even that, maaring religyoso po si Iska, katulad ng maraming mga Pilipino, pero napakarami rin po, distorted ang pananaw natin sa Diyos. We still try to survive na kanya-kanyang diskarte, na hindi naman tunay na Diyos, na ang ating kaparaanan ay makadiyos, or hinahayaan natin na ang Diyos ang siyang kumilos at mag-ayos ng buhay natin. No? Final scenes. And let's wrap it up. Anong mga eksena na favorite ninyo? Anyone? Sige, go ahead.
Ako, sorry, mauna. Actually, one of those yung kanina discuss natin. But the other one is, yung bandang umpisa pa to, Iska was washing clothes of her grandson, no, tsaka yung asawa niya. Ang ganda lang kasi, ang bagal, as we said, no, ang bagal ng pacing, pero may meaning with that silence, no dialogues at all. Naglalaba lang siya, but then makikita mo how different she treats yung paglalaba ng damit ng apo niya at saka nung asawa niya. So dun pa lang may setting na okay.
Ang galing ni Eldrin, hindi ko napansin yun.
Totoo.
Grabe yung pinuti niya talaga yung sando ng apo niya, pero yung dun kay Asungot na asawa niya.
Si Asungot.
Tapon lang na ganun.
Oo.
Simple lang, walang dialogue, but it told us a lot.
Oo nga. Now come to think of it, ang ganda nga ng eksena nga. Anyone, what's your favorite moment in the film?
Ako po yung isa po sa, maliban po dun sa comedic side po, yung sa ending na po. Yung pinaka-last scene na nagsusorry siya dun sa apo niya.
Without giving too much, let's not give too much.
Opo. Yung bagay na binibintang sa kanya, eventually, nagawa na niya sa dulo. Kasi dahil sa desperado siya. Diba po? Yun po yung tumatak sa akin at pinaka masakit para sa akin. Na parang, wala akong nagawa. Parang ganun. Wala akong nagawa para sa kanya.
Tama. May mga comments din pala, no, na hindi ko na, Jimmy Ledesma saying, mahalaga rin ang awareness raising at consciousness raising dahil this could lead to action later. We agree, Jimmy.
I agree.
Kanina pa ito, no, dun sa earlier discussion. And Joy Ras is saying, love Iska movie. Hello, Joy. Tama. And can we really judge people like that? One of the things that this movie reminded me, ang dali nating maghusga.
Yes.
Na parang built-in na sa atin to, na parang bakit mo ginagawa ito, dapat ipatulfo ka, ang dali nating maghusga, di ba? Ay, nako. Okay, a few more scenes.
One favorite scene direct, yung gustong-gusto ko, yung sinusoli na sa kanya yung apo niya. Tas bigla
Okay.
siyang sinapak. Bigla siyang nasapak ng apo niya. Mas sakit yung for me kasi parang yung welfare dapat inaayos yung mga bagay pero sinira
Oo.
nila. Yun ang
Correct.
parang yun ang
Oo.
dapat natin pagtuunan ng pansin. Ano ba talaga ang function ng mga welfares natin? Dapat pa talagang ayusin mabuti or
Oo.
para lang tayo sa trabaho natin, di ba? It's either maayos natin or sisirain natin ang buhay ng ibang tao. Ganun.
Yes. Oo. The system. I think Eldrin said that. The system failed them. There was supposed to be a system to protect them, and yet it failed them desperately. Di ba? Parang, but it's not really pointing fingers. Parang it's really like a broken world. Di ba? Okay, anyone else? Final, what's your favorite scene?
Ako po, actually, favorite ko po talaga yung nagbibilang talaga. Yung sinabi ko.
Ang galing.
I love that scene.
Ang galing-galing.
Alam
I
niyo po,
love that scene.
sobra po, diba? Parang, inisip ko ba, siguro, seryoso siya? Bibilangin niya, seryoso ba sila?
Oo.
100?
All the way to 100.
Ano ko talaga?
I love that scene.
Pero yung mga sinabi ko kanina na, ang tagal. Pinaparamdam nila yung natetension ka na.
Exactly.
Tapos yung
Exactly.
binali mo sa dulo, yung may dumating. Parang, oh my gosh, Lord. Parang ako, Lord, so ano ba? Bigay mo ba sa kanya o hindi? Nandun, bibigay o hindi. Okay, sige, nag-expect ka na, sige nga, hindi na nga niya nang ibibigay. Tapos, nangyari na ang mga bagay-bagay.
Oo. And it really
Kailan ko yung
succeeded.
jump in?
Go, Eldrin. Go, Eldrin.
That scene, it's a testament of how great an actress is Ruby Ruiz. The line is just 1 to 100.
Well, speaking about that,
Choice.
okay. Naputol ba si
Yes,
Eldrin?
yun na. Sorry, yes. Continue,
Okay.
direct.
Tama. And speaking about that, no, my favorite scenes are the times na wala siyang linya. Nag-aabang ng bus.
Yes.
Extreme close-up sa mata niya. And yet talagang you really feel like you want to root for her. Right? You want to root for her. You want to root for them. You want her desperately to succeed in life. You are hoping that there will be a happy ending here. That's why, of course, we're not going to give spoilers, no, when it brings you to the end. But you want to hold on until the very end, and you really want to have a happy ending. Probably, if it's something that it awakened in us, natuto tayo mag-care. Natuto tayo makialam. Kung tayo ay sanay na walang pakialam sa mga taong hindi natin naman alam ang kanilang realm of experience, this movie made us care again. Okay.
Yes.
May final scenes kayo? Okay na yan. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest with us tonight. Our surprise guest for this evening. Will you please welcome Miss Ruby Ruiz?
Oh my God!
Hello po!
We were just talking about it. Grabe naman surprise.
Hello po.
Good evening po, Miss Ruby.
Good evening.
Gising pa po kayo.
Naiiyak ako sa mga naririnig ko kasi sobrang touch ako. Parang listening to all your comments, parang ngayon ko lang nakikita yung, of course, I've seen the audience response during the Cinemalaya run. Pero ngayon lang yung ganito na Zoom in this new normal setup that hindi naman kayo aware that I was listening late na nga ako nakapasok eh. Sorry. But the way you talked about the scenes, yung mga favorite scenes ninyo, sobrang touch ako kasi ganun kalakas yung impact nung nung mga eksena, nung buong film. Yun.
Totoo po.
Tapos, natutuwa ako, sayang wala si directed kung ano.
Oo nga eh.
Natutuwa ako na you got all the scenes clearly. I mean, it got across to the audience very clearly yung kung anong objective ng filmmaker, especially ng director and the writer. Okay? Kuwang-kuha ninyo. Ganon. Ako naman taga-execute lang. Tapos, halimbawa yung gusto ko mag-react dun sa favorite scene ni Kath, yung sa yung 1 to 100. That's also, it's a crowd favorite, no?
Yes.
Hindi namin expect yon na magiging ganun kumbaga
Effective.
parang effective, yes, and breaker kasi di ba ang drama, ang heavy, ganyan. Tapos biglang, nung i-shoot na namin yan dito sa, the last day, or if not the second to the last day, buong araw iyak na iyak, kaya finally we went to the church, parang last location. Sabi ni Direk, yun lang, sabi niya, dito na yung magdadasal ka, gano'n, may makikita kang pera, tapos bibilang ka 1 to 100. So inisip ko, ikakat ito. Ganun. So haba no, 1 to 100. Tapos sabi ko, Direk, paano pagbilang 5, 10, 15, 20? Hindi. Sabi niya, 1 to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sabi ko, gano'n. Sabi niya, oo. Tapos sabi niya, gusto ko yung parang desperate, ganyan. Tapos doon mo makikita yung collaboration between kaya gustong-gusto ko si namin directed. Sabi ko, Direct, pwede pong bigyan niyo ako ng freedom konti to play with this scene. Because honestly, during that time, sabi ko, parang sobra na akong pagod, nakakaano na si Iska na. Sa totoong buhay, hindi naman pwedeng maghapon kasi siguro iyak ng iyak. Ganon. Especially, di ba, kung ang predominant concern is survival, right? I mean, siguro habang naglalakad ako, yes, moments na parang natutulala ka, yung ganun, the scenes. Isa rin yan sa mga favorite scenes ko, okay? Yung nag-aabang lang ng bus, yung ganun, na you look so exhausted sa buhay. Pero yun na nga, yung pagdating sa simbahan, parang ganun ako makipag-usap si Iska, kunwari, parang ganun siya makipag-usap sa Diyos na parang, wala ka naman ano ka lang yan papel at saka bato ka lang, kahon at kahoy at bato ka lang naman. Diba? So, very casual the way she would talk to the God, to our God, to the Lord. So, sabi ko, ibig sabihin, hindi naman ito the usual na very religious, na gano'n, no? So, can you give me the freedom to play with it? Sabi niya, sige, bahala ka. Sabi niya, kung maiiyak ka, umiyak ka. Kung hindi, hindi. Pero, kailangan mong bilangin 1 to 100. Tapos nag-appeal pa ako. Direct, pwede bang hanggang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, hanggang 10, 1 to 10. Tapos pagdating ng 10, pwede pong 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Sabi niya, hindi. Gusto ko talaga 1 to 100. Okay. So, ako na lang nakaisip na nagro-roll na. Pagdating ng syempre nakakapagod. At parang, totoo kasi parang the scene is, takot na takot ka na baka mahuli kasi ang deal mo with God. Pag 1 to 100, wala pang nag-claim nung napulot kong nakita kong pera. Ibig sabihin nun, Lord, di ba akin yun? Di ba yun yung deal ko sa kanya? So, kaya gusto kong bilisan dahil natatakot ako baka dumating na yung balikan ng may-ari. Yun. So, that scene to me is also very, very important. Memorable. Because doon pinakita rin nga yung collaboration ng actor and the writer and the director that yung meron silang tiwala din sa akin. And true enough, nung pinalabas na and when it was edited, parang sa CCP, no, yung mga yun talaga tawan-tawa sila doon. Kasi after watching 3/4 of the movie already na ang bigat ng buhay ni Iska, pag nakita mo yun, medyo makakahinga ka naman ng konti kasi meron ka pang panonoorin na last 1/4 towards the ending na mabigat din. Parang ganon. Yun.
Yes. And yet the comic relief was not put in there to elicit laughter.
Correct.
It was funny because it was so real.
Yeah.
Diba? The humor of it is in the humanity of it. Hindi sadyang ipatawa. Diba? Okay, since andito ka, Ruby, sasamantalihin na namin. Ano sa'yo ang pinaka-mahirap na eksena para sa'yo? Saan ka pinaka-nahirapan sa mga scenes doon? Was it when you struggle with the child?
Physically, ang mahirap yung struggle with Dongdong.
Okay.
Kasi yung bata na napakahusay din, si Pryle Gura.
Yeah.
Oo.
He was good.
Hindi siya special child. First film niya yon. That was his first project.
I had to research if he was truly in the autism spectrum or not.
Wala po.
I saw a video blog, which is like probably he's 1 year older, bago lang, where he's greeting his kuya for his birthday. Sa kanyang, meron siyang Facebook Live And then,
Hindi ko alam.
matalinong bata pala ito at medyo
Mm.
binatilyo na. Okay,
Oo.
so doon ko nalaman na, no, hindi nga siya special child. So
Mm.
he was coached well, Ruby, no? He must have been coached well.
Oo, una nag-audition siya, marami sila. Tapos nung audition, nung shortlisted na sila, parang 3 na lang sila natira. Doon ako pinapasok ni Direk. Sabi niya, Ruby, tulungan mo akong pumili. Sino sa tingin mo ang makakaano mo? Dito kasi magagaling lahat ng napili na nila Direk. Out of how many, hindi ko alam kung 50 kids or more, no? Si Pry lang pinili ko. Yun. Merong isa na parang mas mukha siyang physically special. Pero si Pry lang pinili ko. Sabi niya, bakit siya? Sabi niya, mas mukhang special. Sabi ko, direct, parang gusto ko yung, bakit ko ba siya pinili? Gusto ko yung ano niya yung, kasi willing naman siyang pag-aralan, yung being a special child. Gusto ko yung mata nung bata. Ganon. Tapos, parang yung ano siya tapos biglang malalaman
He looks
niya.
upwards.
Yung pala, laging nakatingin sa ano. So sabi ko, paano yan? Wala yung mga moment. Kasi gusto niya kasi mag-artista talaga. So, maano siya, madrama, ganyan yon. So, nakatulong din ng malaki yung meron kaming coach na nasa set na from yung teachers ng ng special children.
Okay, so kumonsulta ng mga eksperto.
Everyday merong expert na nandoon. So pag
good.
mali yung ginagawa namin, kunwari whatever mannerism, repetitive na gaganon siya, magtatalo so ganon. Your hands, your ganon. Talagang detalye. Kaya bilib ako doon sa actor kasi tiniis niya, hindi madali. Ganon. Yun nga lang opening scene na yung pagbibihis. Grabe yon kasi real time talaga yon, walang edit yon.
Yes.
Gaano katagal niyo pinanood, ganun katagal ginawa yung eksena. Hindi mo siya maano kasi hindi nagka-cut yung director. Talagang ang sabi lang naman sa kanya yung director, basta magwala ka diyan, ayaw pala nila yung binibihisan. In our isa yun sa mga namin. Nag-immerse kami with special kids yon. Isa yun Okay, go ahead.
Another good moment there to bring home your point, yung New Year at nakikinig siya ng fireworks because it's true that many of the children within that spectrum, sobrang sensitive ang ears nila. Maaring tayo, tungtuwa tayo sa fireworks, sa mga sabog-sabog, sa kanila torture yun. So when he was doing like that, because he was in pain, the child was in pain. And yet it is something that the character of Iska, no matter how much she loves the apo, may not be trained or qualified to actually handle a child like that. Kaya nga, diba, as we pointed out earlier, Iska made an effort to bring the child to experts. Hindi, naudlot nga lang yon, di ba? Kaya hindi mo pwede masabi na hindi mo naman ginagawa ng paraan para mapabuting lagay ng apo mo eh. I have 2 more questions for Ruby. Guys, if you have a question also for her before we let her rest and sleep. Dalawang tanong, Ruby. Sa dami ng mga issues ni Direct Theodore Boboro, no, na gusto niyang sabihin, ang dami niyang side commentaries and all that. Ano ang nais mong pinakatumatak sa mga nanood nito? Okay, and my second question is, sa lahat ng mga awards na napanalunan mo so far, and there could be more coming, okay, ano ang pinaka-significant or pinaka-importante sa iyo?
Sa unang question muna, parang nga ang daming issues about labor, about freedom of expression, etc. Ang every time during the Q&As ng Cinemalaya run and even after that, nung nanalo sa Cinemalaya, ang lagi kong sinasagot, ang gustong-gusto ko dun sa movie and yun ang kinapitan ko bilang artista, okay, and as character ni Iska, yung unconditional love for a special child. Kasi talagang eye-opener sa akin yun eh. I'm a single mom, pero ibig ko sabihin, akala ko mahirap na yung magpalaki ka ng anak mo na nag-iisa. Tapos nung ginagawa namin yung film, which was shot in 7 days, okay, sabi ko, Diyos ko, 7 days na, pero parang hapong-hapo. Pagod na pagod ako with
I
all the...
guess.
Paano pa kaya yung mga tunay na magulang ng mga special children? Okay, or no kids with... ako nga, shooting lang yun eh. Pag uwi ko, pwede ako magpahinga na, di ba? Yung gano'n. At may cat, di ba? Pag ano na, meron kaming break. Pero sa totoong buhay, halimbawa yung eksena nga, yung nagwawala siya, yung gano'n, parang, how do you deal with that? O yung galing kang trabaho na mahirap, especially, lalo na sa social stratum na kinabibilangan ni Iska. Okay? Kasi meron akong pamangkin, in-law, na yung anak nila, no, yung grabe yung, hindi ko alam kung severe case din ng autism spectrum. Pero yun, may yaya, may nurse, yung ganon. Ngayon lang ako naka-encounter ng totoong tao, which is si Ate Iska, na apo niya ay mahirap lang sila. Tapos may ganun ka pang sitwasyon na kailangan mong alagaan ng isang special child na apo mo. And yet, when you meet the real Iska in person, my God, para, like any other Filipinos, napaka-resilient sa sa paghihirap. Parang, ay, oo, nilate na ako nung ko. Ay, oo, si Dongdong siya natutulog. Doon ako na, yun. So, sa akin, what really struck me is the unconditional love.
Yes.
For, kasi pag meron kang ganung, kakayanin mo yung hirap eh. Actually, sa totoong, parang sa akin, ang ko nga doon, ang take ko, kung hindi nang kaialam yung media, okay, na nagkamali mo pala, later on, we would find out it's the neighbor, diba? Kung hindi nakialam, hindi sana nangyari. Parang Iska would have fought until she was old and gray to, parang yun na yung, gusto niya talagang alagaan. Hanggang kaya niya, hanggang second question, among the recognitions. First, nung nanalo ako sa Sinimalaya, parang sa akin, parang ultimate na yon. Okay? Una nga, hindi ko nga, nung nag-Iska ako, first lead ko po yon, masayang-masaya na ako noon. So, ginawa ko nun, pinanood ko lahat ng mga kasi parang feeling ko, parang minsan lang to mangyayari. Tapos, napanood ko lahat, ang gagaling ng ibang artista. Parang sabi ko, okay na po Lord, na na nagkaroon na ako ng isang pelikula na nag-lead ako. Ganon. At napasama ako dito sa roster of very good actors, actresses. So, nung nanalo po ako sa Sinimalaya, although pinagdasal ko yon, yung nga kaya sinabi ko sa acceptance, pinagdasal ko po to, gano'n, magiging ipokrita ako pag sinabi ko hindi ko winish. Pinagdasal ko talaga. So, nung nanalo po ako doon, okay na. Masayang-masaya ako. So, para sa akin, Sinimalaya is one of the most meaningful to me. Okay? So, kala ko, okay na ako doon eh. Biglang may,
international.
Harlem, yes.
Hindi ko po pwedeng sabihin na hindi mahalaga eh. Yung gusto ko lang ipaliwanag ngayon yung significance na very quick. Harlem came to me during the pandemic. Parang, wow, meron pa pala mga festival kahit na meron Oo, parang ganun po yung reaction. Parang, ibig ko sabihin, walang yung deliberation nila, ganito lang din. Like how, you're doing this, film review. Parang, grabe, parang, doon ako parang, at na-recognize tayo, yung Pilipinas.
Yes.
Ang dami ng pinanood nila. Parang, dun, yun, parang, ako, thank you. Meron pa palang talagang, parang gano'n, in this new normal situation, yung parang, I was expecting siguro, baka pag dun sa New York, pipiliin na nila yung madali. Bakit kailangan pang parang, ganyan yung nasa isip ko. Kaya, yun, sobrang meaningful din sa akin yung Harlem. One, not only because it's my first international, but more so because came during the time where we are all experiencing a worldwide pandemic. Okay?
Yes.
Yun naman, sobra na, parang, okay na ako, Lord. Parang okay na po. Thank you po. Biglang, meron pa palang yung, sa Herat, sa Afghanistan, which is, gusto ko naman doon kasi it's a women's festival. Okay, so, at merong katay. So, syempre, ni-research ko na yung katay. Ganda-ganda. Yung gano'n. Para, ini-imagine ko lang among the jury when they were maybe deliberating. Kasi pwede namang hindi na tayo pinapanalo eh. Okay na maganda, di ba? Parang, But I guess the material, the movie, our entry natin was strong enough na they could not just do without,
Yes.
recognizing us too.
You shared it with someone from anong country?
Iran, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. It's a very
Okay.
beautiful actress and it's also very, very, tinignan ko na syempre yung IMDb niya and all,
Mm-mm.
really very, very,
Mm-mm. You were not asked to fly over there or anywhere
wala po,
for
bawal.
the film
Dapat,
festival?
oo.
Oo nga, I would suppose, no, under normal circumstances, you'd probably be traveling all over doing
Opo,
the film
kasama po yan.
festival, no? Okay, guys, you have any questions habang nandito si Ruby? Samantalahin nyo na.
Ay, una muna po before kayo magtanong, baka makalimutan, gusto ko kayong pasalamatan. I mean, for, taking time, one, yung manood. Okay? Ang dami naman pwedeng panoorin sa Netflix di ba? Why Iska? Di ba? Na, Diyos ko, iiyak ka, madi-disturb ka, madi-disturb yung peace mo when you can just watch and, isang, parang gano'n. So, nagpapasalamat po ako talaga from the bottom of my heart sa oras ninyo. At higit pa doon, di-discuss nyo pa. Okay? And pag nakikinig ka pala kung paano pinag-uusapan, ang galing nga ng ginawa ni Direct Mark na parang wala muna ako. So nakikinig ako, naiiyak ako. Sabi ko, yung anak ko kanina, siya nag-set up nito. Sabi ko, naiiyak ako, ayoko. Parang bakit ako naiiyak ako kasi parang ang sarap pakinggan na may ganong impact. So I would really thank each one of you and Direct Mark for inviting me over and each one of you for, taking time to really, discuss at pag-usap.
The honor is ours.
Yes.
Okay, come on guys. Question. Sino meron?
Sige, hindi naman po question yung akin, pero isa po ako dun sa nanood po sa Cinemalaya last year. So, kasama po ako sa nakitawa, nakiiyak po mismo dun sa theater, and nakapagpa-picture din po ako sa inyo ng time na yun. Tapos lahat po talaga ng nanood doon, nagtayuan kami, tapos nagpalakpakan po, dahil sobrang ganda po talaga ng pelikula, as in, nakakakurot po talaga siya ng puso, and parang mapapaisip ka na dapat may gawin ka sa society. Ganun po talaga yung impact niya po para sa akin. So, yun po. Congrats po ulit sa inyo pong mga awards. Deserving po kayo. Yun po.
Anyone else, guys?
Congratulations po, Miss Ruby, because I first saw your movie. I first saw you in Extra, and then I watched Blood Sisters, and then now I've seen Iska. So you deserve everything that you're winning. So more to come.
Jefferson, by the way, is joining us from Taiwan. So he is in the country. So, yeah. Okay, Kath, Eldrin, you have any words for Ruby?
Sino muna?
Sige, ikaw muna.
Sobrang na-amaze lang po ako sa inyo. Nakasama, for sure din niyo po kumala, pero kasama ko po kayo sa short film po with Anthony Falcon na A ni Roylan Modina po.
Sabi ko parang familiar ka eh. I was,
Ayun po, sobrang,
yung mga naka-black tayo.
Na-amaze na po ako sa inyo noon. Sobra, parang, grabe naman siya. Tapos, nung nakita ko po yung Iska, parang, ala, grabe talaga siya. Inalabog din po talaga kami. Tanghaling tapat po namin pinanood yun, pero mulat na mulat kami hanggang anong oras. Sobrang thank you po. Sobrang thank you po sa talent nyo. Sobrang thank you po. Congrats po. Yes, yun lang po. Inspirasyon po kayo. Sobra.
Yes.
Eldrin?
Ako just like to thank for the raw performance. Iba talaga yung epekto nung if the actor really is very generous in sharing her talents on screen. And I hope to see you more sa iba pang mga pelikula. Hopefully in titular roles pa rin. I mean, you're so very versatile. Marami pa po kayo pwedeng gawing pelikula at mga roles na pwedeng gampanan. Thank you for being you.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing it with us.
Thank you, Eldrin. Thank you, Hannah.
And the viewers out there, if you have not yet seen it, okay, you can watch it on Netflix, but we really want you to watch it because you know how it is on Netflix. Kapag mababa ang ratings, they may just pull it out at any time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's no guarantee that it's gonna be there forever. So while it's there, please watch it. Give it a
Mm.
chance. It may not be the usual movie that you are used to. It takes a lot of waiting, and sometimes it would even test your patience. As Kat said it will bring you discomfort. But I'm telling you, sometimes we need discomfort. It is the
Mm.
uncomfortable things in life that make us grow, that makes us understand, that makes us learn. It is when we are too comfortable that uh, we deteriorate. Uh, if not for anything else, you can watch it for its artistic merits if you don't want to feel involved. But if it will help you find your heart for the Filipinos out there na maaring hindi natin alam na nagdurusa. Ito po ay isang microcosm lamang. Isang hiwa lamang sa pinagdaraanan ng maraming tao, no? Na maaring hindi na natin napapansin sila or we tend to judge them. The movie, if I would have a chance, because I don't know Theodore Boborol Rubia, so if I would have a chance to talk to him, ang isang gusto kong sabihin sa kanya, thank you because hindi mo you showed it without judging. You just laid it out there in all its rawness and authenticity, and it's up to us to make a decision. What do you make out of these characters? And in so doing, we were rooting for you. Merong isang critic, Ruby, who hated the movie. At ang sabi niya, ang nagdala lang ito because ang ganda ng acting ni Ruby Ruiz. Pero kung hindi, like he hated the shakiness, ang dami niyang issues. And he even called it poverty porn, which I don't agree. Poverty porn is when it glamorizes it. I did not see that. It did not glamorize poverty. It just showed it on its own merits. Yun. So I do not agree with the reviewer. Pero ang sabi niya, ikaw lang ang saving grace. So for the critics out there, even for that alone, sabihin na natin, it may not be a perfect movie, but even for that alone, do not miss the exceptional, brilliant performance of Ruby Ruiz. For that alone, your 2 hours on Netflix is not a waste of time because bihira kayo makakita ng ganito ka-authentic, ganito ka-organic na acting that is portrayed. We see that a lot on stage, but for that to transcend on cinema and then makarating sa atin, it is a brilliant work. It is noteworthy. So maraming salamat, Ruby, for the time that you spent with us. Any final words, Ruby, sa aming mga milyong nakikinig?
Hindi, yung directed lang. Parang naano rin kasi ako, first ano niya yun independent film.
Oo nga
Directed sa mainstream.
That's right.
Magaling siya sa mga pampakilig, good feel movies.
Tama.
And this was his first attempt, Iska. Okay? And Iska is very personal to him because it is a true story of his house help.
Oo nga daw.
Si Iska ay yung stay out maid, yung parang weekly
cleaning lady
niya. So ako lang doon pa lang parang wow, para maigawan mo ng pelikula yung cleaning lady mo, di ba? Usually ang ginagawan mo ng pelikula about yourself, if you have a story to tell, or or storya ng kaibigan mo, story. But isang kasambahay para may puso tong tong filmmaker na to. Parang yun lang yung first na gano'n sa akin, ganyan. And for him also to trust me. Kasi nung kinausap niya ako, nung niya sa akin yung storya, sabi ko, so direct sinong bida, sinong artistang kukunin mo? Sabi ko, Nora Honor o Vilma. Sabi ko, gano'n. Or Ami Austria, I was suggesting ganyan. Sabi niya, ikaw? Ako? Sabi ko, gano'n. Gusto ko ako yung kapitbahay para marami ring shooting. Sabi ko, gano'n. Pero wag mo akong gawing bida. Sabi ko, kung tayo ng sikat. Sabi ko, gano'n. Para mag-hit yung movie mo. Kaya yung sa Cinemalaya, okay, na na-witness ni Hannah, nung nakita ko yung reaction ng audience, my God, para sa akin, yun na yung one of the highlights of my, acting, parang, hindi naman ako kilala, hindi naman ako maganda, hindi naman ako mistiza. The usual, parang standards ng natin, ng aesthetics for, kinasanayan natin. Oo. Pero, na-appreciate ng mga estudyante, karamihan, ng mga, moviegoers who went all the way to CCP, and during that time maulan, di ba? Yung
Yes.
panahon na yun.
Yes po.
So, doon ako na parang na-touch na tama yung sabi rin ni Jefferson na I've been through a lot of projects already. I mean, the more significant ones are of course Extra, and then sa TV, the more recent ones are Blood Sisters, and so many other mga small roles or support roles, and I didn't mind. Okay? Parang ngayon ko nakita, kaya nga very important and memorable sa akin and significant yung Sinimalaya, because Sinimalaya ang nagbibigay ng platform for actors like me, at marami kami. Okay? Marami talaga kami na ako magiging bida sa pelikula, never, nunca. Hindi at lalo na may edad na ako, Diyos ko, ang dami namang may edad din na sikat na sila, na mas kumbaga bankable sa sa box office, di ba? Parang if I were the producer, if I were the director, why would I gamble on someone na hindi naman kilala? Alam namin character actress 'yan. Panakanak, panakanak napapansin siya for her performances, mga ganyan, kung ano-ano mga characters, but why would, pero si talaga insistent siya, kaya nga nung naghanap siya ng producer, sabi ko, direct, pag ganun ko kausapin si direct, pag umangal sila na bakit si Ruby Ruiz gagawin yung bida? Direct, pumayag ka na pag artista, pero i-cast mo pa rin ako. Gusto ko yung role ng kapitbahay. Oo. Yeah. Fortunately, when he found fire starters, they did not question at all. Kasi adamant daw si Direk, sabi yung gano'n. Hindi daw sila wala naman nag-question talaga daw, pero was really very insistent na, sorry, but unahan ko na kayo. I have nobody in mind but Ruby Ruiz. So if you're not interested in her or you don't want to support this film because it's hindi siya known actor or actress, then it's okay. I'm going to look for another producer. But I was
But you know what is the result, Ruby? Because of that casting decision, the film became so authentic. If they put in a big star there, we would have been distracted and would not believe in the authenticity of the character. But because they put somebody who is not a big star and yet so authentic with her acting, parang talagang kapitbahay mo lang at nakikiusyoso ka sa buhay niya. So I think that was a brilliant casting decision.
At hindi lang naman ako ang brilliant doon. Brilliant yung mga co-actors ko. Aside from Dongdong, we have Suleiman Cruz. Diyos ko, talaga nanggigigil ako sa kanya. Kung magkikita kami sa eksena.
Everyone.
Also in other, in other roles, in other projects, he is different. Pero doon, parang maaamoy mo siya, di ba? Parang nakakakikin, parang lagi amoy alak, yung ganyan. And,
not to mention yung titigan scene mong matagal with Beauty Gonzalez.
Oo.
Wow.
Kanina lang
showdown.
Yes.
Yun. Ang daming sumuporta. Even the journalist si Ana Abad Santos and yung mga kapitbahay ko, 'di ba? Hindi sila mga kilala but they were all brilliant actors. Yung ganon. Diba? Yung mga chismosang doon, yun.
Yes. Very, very good. Of course,
at saka yung best friend ko, yung best friend ko doon, yung kapitbahay ko, si Billy.
Angie.
Yun, Angie Castrense.
Angie Castrense.
Dapat doon, ang ikakast na nila, pinapapapili ako, may mga, hindi ko na may mentionin, mga mas yung kilalang artista para naman ako hindi kilala, tapos sasamahan nila sana ng support. Babalik na rin. Ang supporting yung sikat. Diba? In-insist ko si Angie.
Oh, that was good.
Yun.
That was good.
Parang sabi ko kay Direk, sa akin nga, susugal ke. Sabi ko, hindi, para naman may pambalansa. Lagay tayo ng medyo kilala. Kasi baka nga daw langawin kami. Sabi niya gano'n. Gano'n naman siya ka-straightforward. Tapos sabi ko, Direk, parang lalong ma-highlight yata yung kasi kunwari lang, Alexandra De Rossi ang kukunin. Okay, as my best friend. Kunwari, kumbaga, lagi din naman lumalabas sa mga indie.
Okay.
Direct, baka hindi parang, ewan ko lang, parang, kung ako kinuha mo for the lead role, then, bakit kukuha ka pa ng, sa akin lang parang, ba't kukuha ka pa ng Yun, pumasa nga ako sa iyo. Parang ganun.
Just for box office results.
Oo.
It will defeat the purpose, the very
Yes.
purpose of it. Hi, so yun po.
Thank you.
Yan ang ating talakayan with Miss Ruby Ruiz. Thank you, nakipagpuwitan ka sa amin.
Thank you, Mr. B.
Thank you. Sige, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Miss Ruby Ruiz, because you're an encouragement to theater artists like us. Na pwede palang mangarap.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oo naman. Oo naman.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. Sige, we're gonna let you go now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Ako marunong mag-give.
Palapakan natin, Miss Ruby.
Kayo rin. Thank you. Thank you. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Okay, and as we move on, hindi pa po tapos ang ating programa. Okay, medyo na it's gonna be a long show tonight, guys. I hope I hope you don't mind.
Mas surprise namin yung direct kesa sa audience.
kami.
Sinadya ko. Kaya nga nag-react si Jefferson kasi nakikita na niya na nandiyan na nasa backstage na si Ruby kanina pa. Hindi niya nakikita. Okay, you're still on MarkyTalk R&R. That's ratings and reviews. And of course, as we said, we'll be talking about episode 8 of this amazing series that we have been talking about for the past 8 episodes. At ito pang wala. Yes, Jeff.
Wala tayong ratings. Nakalimutan natin yung ratings.
Okay. Tama nga naman. Sana pala pinarinig natin. Ruby, if you're still watching, ha, ito ang ating rating. Dito po sa, thank you for reminding me, dito po sa MarkyTalk R&R, meron kaming kakaibang rating system. Ang pinakamababa, 7 points po ito. Pinakamababa is, okay? As in walang kwenta, walang kwento. Okay? Number 2, second is, yung mga tipong nakakaloko naman yung ginagawa nyo. Pelikula ba yan? Okay. Number 3 is, what? Parang nakakalito naman. Anong point nyo? So, something na medyo senseless, no? Number 4, not bad, pero not good enough. So, we called it well. Number 5 is, enjoy naman. For people who have nothing better to do with their lives, good naman siya. Pero yung number 6 is, wow, ito yung merong something noteworthy, praiseworthy na hinahangaan mo. Of course, we reserve number 7, whoa, to works of art that will leave you different. You will never be the same again after watching it. So, guys, what is your verdict on Ruby? On Ruby tuloy, on Iska.
Tsaka ko bigla yung acting ba niya?
Sige, simulan na Jeff. Simulan mo na. Jeff, Eldrin, then our 2 guests.
For me, dahil sa effective siya, nag-trigger sa akin ng ang daming points, no? Nag-trigger sa akin. Tapos, nag-encourage sa akin to do something about something that I see. That if ever meron akong pwedeng gawan ng paraan, tutulong ako. Parang ganon. Wow!
It's wow. Okay, Eldrin, how about you?
Me, the film itself, wow. Okay, but yung acting talaga sa akin yung wow talaga for this film. Yes.
Dalawa rating niya, hiniwalay niya yung acting. Okay, Hannah, what is your verdict?
Sa akin po, syempre, wow. Napawow ako. Kasi, syempre po, ako po yung nakapanood sa Cinemalaya. As in, talagang hangang-hanga kami, lahat ng nanood doon. At talagang napapalakpak kami dun sa pinakita sa amin, yung pinamukha sa amin ni Iska. Diba? Parang, talagang kukurot po siya sa damdamin mo, and then hanggang sa maisip mo na dapat meron kang ambag sa society, sa iyong lipunan. Kahit maliit po yung ambag na gagawin mo, makakatulong po yun eh. Lalo na sa mga taong nasa laylayan, di ba? Kasi hindi po nila alam kung kailan po matatapos yung kanila pong paghihirap. So, hanggat maaari, gumawa po tayo ng paraan. Gaano man yan kaliit, malaki po yung magiging impact nun pag pinagsama-sama po. So, yun. Wow!
Siguro kakaiba yung experience pag nasa Cinemalaya ka, no? Or one of the big festivals. Like, I saw, ano yung kay Glyza De Castro? now I can't remember it. Yung martial law victims.
Yes.
Liway.
Liway. Yeah.
When I saw Liway at the CCP main theater, amazing yung electricity in the air with the response. So kakaiba siguro, no? To see this on the big screen with hundreds of people watching with you. And Kath, what's your verdict?
Dahil po binulabog niyo talaga ako. Pati yung estudyante ko po, grabe. Madaling araw nag-message sa akin kasi nawindang po siya. Kasi parang, okay. Ano po, sobrang wo talaga rin. Nawo po ako. Ganon. Sobrang amazing lang talaga. Ang amazing lang. Ang sarap lang kasi talaga pong makanood ng isang, alam mo yun, yung may kabuluhan na may papaintindi sa atin, yung mga hindi natin, at papapakita niya, yung hindi natin nakikita. Sobrang amazing po. Yun po.
And because Kath is also an acting teacher, I encourage acting teachers out there, use Iska as a good character study. If you require your students to watch it, of course, with warning, because this is for adults only, there are sensitive things there. So it's not for the too young students. Okay, please don't get me wrong. Ayoko pong masisi kami. This is for adults only. But if you are a serious student of acting, you might want to check out Iska. You will also learn a lot from that point of view only. Don't bother with the social issues if you don't want. Just look at it for the aesthetic pleasure of seeing brilliant acting.
Yes.
Okay. So ako, I would also give it a wow. Okay, because of matapang yung movie. It explored things and it made choices na courageous yung director. It's not perfect. I agree that some of the shaky camera movement sometimes is overdone. There are certain choices that the director kinda hindi ko na-gets, no? But it did not even the least bit distract me from the overall experience. And it's still, wow. Kasi magigising ka para kang binatukan. Na parang itong mundo mo. At lalo na, our evangelical and born-again Christian friends, minsan masyado tayong sheltered. Minsan, no? Masyadong sheltered ang mundo natin na hindi natin nakikita, ay, wag niyo panoorin yan kasi may mura-mura yan. Samantalang ang dami nating mauunawaan tungkol sa tunay na buhay. So, eto na po ha. Pasensya na po kayo, this an overly extended episode. Gising pa ba ang aking mga co-host?
Gising pa.
Gising pa ba ang inyo?
Gising kami ni Miss Ruby.
We are moving on to our next part, which is a review of the 8th episode of The Chosen.
Excuse me. I have something for you.
For me?
Throw this down for a catch.
I don't have a quarrel with you, teacher. But we've been doing this all night. Nothing. All right.
Fruit here is incredible. Everything that grows here is immaculate. Except for the people. You're such a miserable lot. You worship one God, and yet you're all divided.
Only one language keeps their peace. Learn to speak it.
You are the great Nicodemus.
I serve only God.
Yes. Yes, so do your enemies, rogue preachers in the wilderness, raving about a coming Messiah.
Simon, you're scared. I've lost everything. Burnt every bridge. If I don't catch a ton of fish or get some help somehow, they'll arrest me. I'm trapped.
No more talking, Simon. Maybe God can get your attention now.
Why? Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. saw him. It was incredible. You have experienced a miracle. You are healed. What do you want from me? Follow me. He performs miracles and seeks no credit? Who did this?
I don't know his name. His time for men to know has not yet come.
We've waited for you for so long, we believe.
You have much bigger things ahead of you, Simon, son of Jonah.
Anything is possible now. Don't you see? Would you at least know him if you saw him again?
I will know him for the rest of my life.
Ayan, so after a miraculous visit to Simon's house, at yung miraculous na yun is healing the mother-in-law of Simon to lessen the worry of his disciple. While they are traveling from town to town, Jesus and his followers leave Capernaum while under pressure. Under pressure from religious and Roman authorities. So they walk as far as Samaria po, and then where Jesus meets si Fatina by the Jacob's well. So doon sa scene na yon ay nagkaroon ng revelation si Jesus sa kanya. And sobrang amazing talaga ng episode na to kasi ito yung last episode for season 1 and this one is entitled I Am He. So excited na ako. Ito na po tayo.
Thank you, Kath. Okay.
Yes.
Let's get right to it. Ibabalik ko lang lahat. Nakabalik na ba lahat? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. O, tanggalin ka na yung kurtina. Okay. So let's get right to it. No? A little bit of a overall background lang po. No? Although we're going to be focusing on The Chosen episode 8. In case you're absolutely clueless, ano ba tong The Chosen na to? This is a multi-series. No? The first multi-season series, no? Ang plano pala ni Dallas Jenkins ay all the way daw to season 8. Season 7, he already announced it, season 7 will be the crucifixion and the death of Christ, and then season 8 will be the aftermath of the resurrection. Okay, so it's an ambitious project. It has never been done like that. Alam ko po, parang sawa na tayo. Ay, another Jesus film. Ang dami ko nang napanood. But definitely, lahat po ng mga nag-review nito are with me in agreement that this is one of a kind. This is something that has never been attempted before. Bakit po The Chosen? Okay, makikilala natin si Kristo, si Jesus Christ, from the point of view of different people who were chosen by Him. This is Simon. This is Andrew, the brother of Simon. This is Matthew. And this is Mary Magdalene, who used to be called Lilith, and Nicodemus. Okay? There will be other characters, of course, that will be coming up in the next seasons. Pero season 1 kind of revolves around these 5 major characters. Okay. So, Kat, since ikaw na nag-introduce, would you like to share your thoughts on The Chosen?
Napaganon po talaga ako, di ba? Ako na-amaze lang po ako na binibigyan nila ng parang ibang ibang side.
Treatment.
Jesus. Yung characters. For example po, isa specific kay Jesus, yung bag. Kapansin talaga. Yung bag. Alam niyo yung bag na, yung backpack. Tapos yung backpack. Ngayon, parang, oh, cool. Tapos, yung kasi kung paano nag-end yung itong episode na to. Tapos, ang ganda ng music, parang,
I love the music.
Yeah, cool God. Parang, yes, ang cool niya. ang amazing. Amazing lang po, amazing po ako doon sa part na yun. Alam mo yung seryoso, pero hindi, mapapaano kayo, parang, hindi kasi, meron kasing, di ba, very traditional na, sobrang seryoso, seryoso, ganto si God, ganto si God, ganto si Jesus, ganto. Pero yun talaga parang, ito siya, tao siya. Pero, miss ako.
Hindi mahirap
Ganun.
abutin, no? So it is
Yes.
a very refreshing portrayal of Jesus Christ. Okay, Eldrin, you want to weigh in?
Yes, sabi nga ni Kath, diba, ito para sa akin yung episode that really pwede mong ikumpara sa mga ibang shows sa Netflix. Yung treatment na tapating sa ending na parang, andyan na yung Avengers, ganyan. Mga ganun ka dating. Parang talagang, it would be entertaining kahit hindi ka talaga believer pa, no? Can I just pinpoint yung one of my favorites dito is yung parang for me na validate si Eden. Eden is the
wife
fictitious wife of Simon.
Sa Bible, alam lang natin na meron siyang mother-in-law, right?
Yes.
In the Bible. So kung may mother-in-law, ibig sabihin may wife.
May wife.
The personify ni Dallas Jenkins ito by creating a character named Eden. Continue, Eldrin.
Yes. Gusto ko lang na validate siya na sabi ni Jesus sa kanya na I see you. You were the first one to see Simon, what I see in Simon. So parang, kasi para feeling ko, wala namang resolution si Eden na parang, yun nga, at na-recognize pa rin siya ni Jesus. And not only that, sabi niya na, thank you for allowing Simon and I will make your worries go away. Na it really hit me by saying na, basta you're working with the works of the Lord, you don't have to worry about anything. That really impressed on me.
And she became part of the mission. She became part of the ministry,
exactly.
even though she stayed at home. Ang
Yes.
ganda nga, tama ka, Eldrin. Okay. Anyone, guys? Jeff?
Sa akin yung yung takeaway ko dito sa episode na to is nasanay for a while si Peter na kasama niya si Jesus, pero hindi niya naisip na pwede pala niyang hingin na ayusin ni Jesus for him yung worry niya. Minsan tayo, everyday kasama natin siya, everyday, tapos God, ganyan. Pero minsan, try natin i-fix on our own yung hindi natin kayang i-fix. Forgetting nga pala, God, nandiyan ka pala. Dapat pala, sa'yo kong pinafix to. Kasi ready siya anytime for us, di ba? Sabi nga ni Eldrin, yung line ni Jesus kanina, di ba? Dun sa episode na yun, napakaganda. Yun yung takeaway ko dito.
Hannah?
Ako po, hindi ko po napanood pa po yung iba pa pong mga episode. So, itong episode 8 lang po yung aking napanood. At first po, skeptic po ako sa mga ganito, yung mga gumagawa po ng Bible films or ng series about Jesus. Kasi madalas po kasi parang hindi siya nabibigyan ng hustisya. Yung mga gumagawa po nito. Pero dito po sa The Chosen, nahook ako. Tapos parang gusto ko nang panoorin buong season.
Dapat.
Tapos po, ang nakakatuwa dito kasi po, yung characters, relatable siya.
Yes.
Syempre po hinahanap ko yung parang nag-stick pa rin po siya dun sa scripture. Kumbaga, nasa tamang theology pa rin naman po. So, nandun yung, nag-stick pa rin siya, pasok pa rin siya sa scripture.
Yes.
And then, pinakita po niya na parang maging relatable po yung bawat character, lalo na yung mga encounter nila kay Jesus. Diba nanggaling sila sa iba't ibang background, iba-iba po yung kanilang mga pinanggalingan, meron silang may mga mistake, meron din po mga pinagdadaanan, pero yung encounter nila kay Jesus parang sobrang real. Doon po ako na-hook, lalo na po doon sa nung pinagaling ni Jesus yung mother-in-law ni Simon. Naiyak ako doon. Promise, naiyak talaga ako doon sa scene na yun. So parang gusto ko na panoorin buong season.
Sabi nga ni JV when he was with us, sabi niya, hindi ako regular Bible reader, but watching this makes me want to read the Bible, which I think is the intention of Dallas Jenkins, no? And then now si Hannah gusto niya panoorin from 1 to 7. we really encourage you. There are two ways for you to see this. It may be viewed through their app. You just download the app on your cell phone. That's where I first discovered it. But now they have an app that is pang Mac, Apple based no na app, and then pwede pa for Google Play, meron din po. So download the app. That is the recommended way for me. That's what I recommend to you guys to check it out kasi marami rin po siyang mga behind the scenes na wala po sa YouTube. But the second is by going to their YouTube channel of The Chosen. No? It's available and it's free. Of course, right now, we already announced it, October of 2 months ago, they already started doing season 2. They were able to raise enough money to start shooting in the midst of the pandemic. They are shooting now season 2. So they even showed us day 1 na nakamask sila lahat. They have the precautions, but still they are now shooting. Pray for the team of The Chosen, of course. Okay, going back. Ako sa akin, one of the most powerful scenes for me emotionally was when Nicodemus decided not to join them. And then Jesus said, "You were so near," or something like that.
Yeah.
Many of us are so near and yet so far. We have seen God up close in so many ways. Now, it may not be physically, but we've seen His hand. We have been taught His truth. We have been exposed to the Word. And yet, we have not taken that one little step of faith that would complete the journey for us. Many of us, I don't know, for whatever reasons, Nicodemus had his reasons. Was he more concerned? Remember, there was an earlier scene with his wife, and his wife said, "I love my life, so do I." They had so much to lose. Okay? And then this is coming pa from, spoiler to kay Hannah, coming pa from episode 7, where Nicodemus had a private audience with Jesus. Episode 7, Hannah, kasi ang favorite ko talaga eh. Episode 7, yung talagang iyak ako ng iyak, lalo na yung private confrontation, where, di ba ang sabi sa Bible, Nicodemus sought him out in a private place, in a secluded place, and then they dramatized that scene. That, for me, was so beautiful. And the way, the script was so clever. That, for me, is one of the highlights, yung episode 7, no? But this now completes the end of the road for Nicodemus. At least so far, as we know the story. Okay? Is he going to have a participation after the crucifixion of Christ with Joseph of Arimathea? Okay, abangan natin yon. Of course, for the Bible readers, we already know hindi pa po tapos. Pero for this, parang natapos na yung journey ni Nicodemus na he was so near and yet so far. Nagdurog ang puso ko doon. Thinking, ang daming taong ganyan. Malapit na. Sasabihin lang nila, "Oo, Panginoon, susunod ako sa iyo, nananampalataya ako sa iyo." Anything else? Any other insights you have?
Direct yung yung scene yung the way Jesus yung hinanap niya doon si Nicodemus. Yung masakit yun, yung tinitingnan niya kung nasan, sino nagbigay nito, alam niya na kung sino. Ang ganda nung scene.
Ang ganda. Yun ang convenient kay Nicodemus, mag-iwan ng pera. Pero hindi convenient sa kanyang sumunod. Gagamitin pa rin ng Panginoong Diyos. Kung ikaw ay magdo-donate, for example, sa ministry, gagamitin mo ang pera mo for the ministry. I'm not saying that that is wrong. But as the Bible says, I desire obedience more than sacrifice. Right? God is wanting something from you, not on the level of what is convenient. Okay, of course, wag nating kalimutan how they played out the character of the Samaritan woman in the well. Guys, what are your thoughts about Fotina? Pakinggan natin yung mga babae, Kath.
Grabe yun. Isa-isa, minayday ko pa yun. Kasi ilang beses po. As in sa Instagram po.
Okay.
Parang stories.
I see. Sige, Kat, tuloy mo.
Ang amazing lang po na totoo nga na I mean, na-remind ako na parang, oh my gosh, alam ng Lord lahat ng pinagdaraanan ko. And sobrang nating lahat. And sobrang, yung scene niya doon na parang nireject ako ng marami, sinasabi niya kay Jesus na. Pero sabi niya, I know. Alam mo yung sobrang confident niya na, alam ko. Pero hindi ng Messiah, sabi niya. Parang ako, na-shock. Grabe po talaga yan. Grabe yung impact nun. Kasi sobrang inaano niya na, parang sinabi ng babae na mali kayo ng pinili. Parang basta ganun. Parang, hindi ako yun. Parang ganun. Pero ang amazing. Ang galing lang talaga ng revelation na yun. Sobrang, ang amazing po talaga. So, meron pa po bago ko makalimutan.
Go ahead.
Yung part na pinagaling niya bago ko makalimutan, pinagaling niya yung mother-in-law. Di ba po, usual na ipapalabas noon na yung sumisigaw siya. Ano yun? Get out! Leave her! Sumisigaw tayo, wah! Sa kanya, leave her. Ganun lang, parang, ang ganda lang po ng atake. Ang
So
ganda po ng
powerful.
Yes,
It just takes a word from God, from Jesus. Yes, that was beautiful. And then napaka-clever yung pag-develop nila ng character ni Fotina. No? And they got a very good actress pa.
Yes.
Diba? Everyone in the cast, by the way, was really excellent. We've been talking about that na paano nakahanap sila ng mga hindi naman kilalang actors. Aside from, except for Nicodemus. Si Nicodemus na medyo big star dun si Eric Avari. But the rest of the people are, or at least from where I'm coming from, I've never seen or heard them before, but they were just so excellent. So excellent. And how they developed. Kasi isipin mo, last episode na to, humabol pa yung character development ni Fotina, the Samaritan woman, no? In case you don't follow the discussion. Fotina po ang fictional name ng Samaritan woman who had several men in her life.
Yes.
Fotina tried to do what's right. Remember, she wanted to divorce a former husband. Gusto naman niya may desire siya na ayusin ang buhay niya, gawing legal, or at least gawing acceptable siya sa lipunan. Whether it was out of righteousness or for social acceptability, we don't know. But she wanted to. But she was really a victim of her own circumstance. That's why the scene at the well, na sinadya siyang pinuntahan, I came here for you. Imagine, at nagdetour sila, nagpunta sa kung saan-saan because of that woman. Do you know that is so like our God? He will even change the course of history just to reach out to you. Do you realize that? May mga tao na even bubulabugi niya ang buhay para lang maabot ka ng Diyos. Ganun ka kamahal. Ganun ka importante sa Diyos. And that was very clear dun sa woman at the well. Yan ako. I'm getting ahead of myself. Come on, guys.
Yung si Fotina nga, 'di ba? She's considered socially discriminated and outcast talaga siya. But hindi lang siya yung sinadya ni Jesus, but she was also the first one that she told that, okay, I am he.
Yes.
Go forth and tell the message.
Wow.
Kaya natuwa lahat ng mga disciples na parang, wait, seryoso ba? Sinabi mo sa kanya? Parang,
yes.
Kami yung kasama mo, pero parang, sa kanya mo sinabi, sa kanya. So, God, dun din sa isang eksena doon, no? But sabi nga niya, God came for the sinners. No? And it would really hit you na parang, oo nga. Parang tayo, we believe na we're Christians, we're living the life of Christ, pero minsan, nakakalimutan natin yung part na we are also supposed to be reaching out to the sinners.
That's right. That's right.
We just don't live in this bubble na, okay, I'll go to heaven, sigurado na ako.
That's right.
The main purpose of Christ coming to earth is actually for the sinners. And if He gave you eternal life, that's also a gift that you should share with others.
That's right. Na-establish din yun, Eldrin, in an earlier scene, di ba? When they were, Matthew was hosting a dinner.
Yes.
And then kini-question na, who are these people with you? Do you know that, di ba? Sino yung makasama mo? You're actually eating, sharing a meal with questionable characters na establish yun. So kita nyo how the themes are connected. It's a very very well written script, and because of that, that Samaritan woman has the bragging rights, if I for lack of a better word, to be the first evangelist in world history. Right?
Exactly.
Outside of the circle of disciples, siya ang unang sinabihan. A woman who is an outcast, a woman who is supposed to be a notorious sinner in the eyes of the world, became the first official evangelist because she is the one, I'm going to tell everyone, at nagwawala siya. Right? The first recorded evangelist in the Bible is a Samaritan. Kaya nga, importante rin po yung tingnan natin ang bawat tao na walang patapon, walang hopeless. Minsan may mga tao tayo nakikita na parang hindi na mahalaga because how many testimonies have we heard of people whose lives have been turned around, worst criminals, drug addicts, even, the worst people that you can think of could be turned by God. Many of them become dedicated, anointed pastors. And all it takes is a turnaround from God. Anything else, guys? And then we'll be wrapping it up. Sige, Jeff.
Direct yung yung takeaway ko din dyan sa part na yan. Yung, di ba, Jesus gave chance to those people na hindi natin na-expect na magiging close sa Kanya, di ba? Pero ito yung i-clear lang ko lang, Jesus gave chance to everyone to follow Him. Not for Him to do what they're doing, but to follow Him. He gave a chance. But tinawag niya sila. Yun. Kasi ang point ko dito, may mga ibang Kristiyano, sinasabi natin na, alam mo naman na hindi naman tama yung stand ng tao, pero nakikipag-usap ka sa kanya. Okay yun, kasi nga, love mo yung tao, di ba? And at the same time, pinag-pray mo na magbago. Pero kapag ang point is, love mo yung tao, pero wala ka naman sinasabi sa tao na mali siya or kailangan niya magbago, iba din yun for me. Kasi yun yung issue ko with some friends lately, na supporting someone na pumapatay ng tao or something like that. Nagugulat lang din ako. Kasi sana hindi natin ma-misuse yung love na binigay ni God. Kasi yung love niya is to follow Him and to change your life. Not to, support what evil things you're doing. Parang ganun.
Take note, Jesus did not condone the sinful relations of the Samaritan woman.
Yes.
He did not condone. But He did not use it to disqualify her.
Yes.
And sa totoo lang, kahit naman pilitin nating magbago, only God can really change us eh.
Yes.
Diba? Yun. Ganda nung ano. Okay, any other insights, guys?
Isa pa direct. Yung favorite character ko si Simon. The isang part doon, sabi nila, concerned sila, 'di ba? Paano sugurin tayo kasi na yan, hindi na tayo safe diyan sa boundary na yan eh. Titingin siya kay Simon, ready naman si Simon eh. Sabi naman ni Simon, oo naman. Nakakatawa talaga yung character niya. Gusto niya.
And so consistent, talaga.
Yes.
Yung kanyang pagka-war freak, nandun, no? My favorite character is still Matthew. Still, so, anything else? Kath, sino yung una? Si Hannah pala. Ikaw yung first time mo lang napanood, no? Di ba? You've
Ako
never
po yung
seen
first time.
1 to 7. Sino sa characters doon ang pinaka you could relate with?
Okay po. Pinaka tumatak po talaga sa akin or pinaka touching talaga sa akin is yung sa Samaritana po. Kasi grabe po yung pain niya na yung condemned siya, probably bullied siya. Kasi 'di ba po sa hapon para sa tanghaling tapat po siya nag-iigib ng tubig. Pero yung dapat nasa 'di ba po kasama nila dapat yung mga kababaihan na nag-iigib. So, yan po, yung ang gusto ko doon yung joy na naranasan niya nung na-realize niya na Messiah yung kausap ko. 'Di ba? Yung joy na meron siya, nakagustuhan niyang i-share sa iba, yung forgiveness na natanggap niya. yung acceptance na natanggap niya, yung joy na yon na talagang kahit hindi niya nakunan yung kanya pong inigib. Kasi nakuha niya na yung kailangan niya eh. Diba? Jesus is the living water and sinabi nga po na whoever drinks that water will never be thirsty again. So, yun po yung symbolic ng eternal life na natanggap ni nung Samaritana. So, napakita po doon na tanging si Jesus yung kailangan niya sa buhay niya, na higit pa dun sa physical water na kailangan niya sa pang-araw-araw, pero yung spiritual transformation na meron siya, yun po yung parang isa sa pinakamagandang scene para sa akin, yung joy na i-spread niya na nakita ko ang Messiah at ito ang Kristo. Maniwala kayo sa kanya.
A teaser for season 2, Fotina will become a bigger character in season 2.
Wow!
May interview, I saw an interview. So she is shooting more scenes in season 2. Mukhang pinalaki ni Dallas Jenkins yung character niya. So far, wala pa kami nakikitang violating scripture. Dallas Jenkins elaborates on it. He takes creative license in expanding the stories, but it's not violative of what we already see in the scripture. No, it is from the point of view, of course, hindi po kami Bible scholars, no, but as far as we see, he may reverence siya sa theology kasi somebody mentioned that, no. So parang even if nag-elaborate siya, hindi niya vina-violate ang theology. Yun, ang cute naman ng Pussycat.
Meron tayong bagong guest, Direk.
Sige,
hello, bagong guest natin si Moni.
Ay, ang ganda naman.
Ang ganda ng pusa.
So, yun pong wrap-up natin, no? So, there are 8 episodes, okay? And each episode is also highlighting certain people, certain characters. Yung episode 1 started with Mary Magdalene, right? On how she was delivered from the demons. And then formerly called Lilith, yun ang kanyang pangalan when she was working in the tavern, in the Red Square, they call it the Red Square. And then, but her real name is Mary. And, pero the story arc, so it involves different story arcs happening at the same time. Pero ang ganda kasi tinutuhog niya ang mga detalye na nangyari in past episodes and then nagkakaroon ng fruition. As I said nga kanina, episode 8, doon parang nagtapos ang story arc ni Nicodemus nung hindi na siya sumunod. Okay? At yung kanyang, and take note, hindi pa na-introduce si Judas. Okay? Abangan natin ang character na Judas Iscariot. Okay? So we're gonna be wrapping it up again. Please, if you have not yet seen The Chosen, go and see it. If you have, please see it again from the very beginning. Now, we would like to encourage you also, and remember, we're not getting paid to endorse this, but we would also like to encourage you to watch out for the Christmas special of The Chosen. This is just a 1-minute video.
Hi, I'm Dallas Jenkins. I'm the creator of The Chosen, the first multi-season show about the life of Christ, and I happen to be standing here on the set where we filmed season 2 of The Chosen here in Utah. Now, why does this matter to you? Well, on this very set, we assembled a large group of amazing music artists for a huge Christmas special that we've put together for December 13th. Why Christmas? Well, The Chosen actually began with a Christmas short film called The Shepherd about the birth of Christ. So we'll be showing you that, but also check out this list of music artists who have come together to celebrate Christmas here on this set with The Chosen. We've got For King and Country, Mandisa, Hillsong United, Joshua Aaron, Stephen McWhirter and Jason Claiborne, the Piano Guys, the Bonner Family. Gosh, even as I'm saying these names, it's overwhelming. Phil Wickham, Zach Williams, Matt Mayer, and Chris Tomlin all came together to celebrate Christmas with The Chosen. I really want to see you there.
Yes. Wow. Now that's going to be live. Take note of it. It's December 13th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I already made the computation for you guys. Sa Pilipinas, Saturday, 9 a.m. ito. Okay? On December 14th. Sorry, tama bang Saturday? Mali pala. Monday.
Mali po. Monday po.
Tama. Okay, so Monday, 9 a.m. dito. If you want to join live, of course, you could always see it post-live, but their Christmas celebration is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, yun yung bandang New York, di ba? dito sa atin 9 a.m. the following day. And we really encourage you. Part of the bonus is they're going to show the episode that started it all, which is The Shepherd. We will not have time anymore to discuss The Shepherd, but go and see it. The Shepherd is just a 15-minute short film. Doon po nagsimula ang lahat. And Dallas Jenkins was talking about how frustrated he was because he did a commercial film which bombed at the box office, nalugi po. And he really thought that was the end of his career. He was so discouraged. He made The Shepherd out of a small budget for a church. He only did it for a church. Okay, but it is such an excellent 50 minutes. Guys, go and check it out. It's a story of the very first Christmas. And then we're going to be ending actually by me showing you a trailer. Mga 2 minutes lang yung trailer of The Shepherd. But go and check it out. We may not have a chance to do it because the next Market Talk R&R will be January na po. Okay, so tama ba ako, Eldrin and Jeff? Si
Yes.
Eldrin at si Jeff ang aking partners in crime dito sa R&R. So January na po, magpapahinga po muna ang Market Talk R&R. So we will not have a chance anymore to talk about The Shepherd, but please go and check it out. So part of that Christmas special is they're going to show the 15-minute short film that started it all. It's going to be something like a 1.5 hour celebration. As you can see, Chris Tomlin being there. Oh my, wow.
My God.
And they're doing it right on the set of The Chosen.
Lord.
So this is a special Christmas celebration. And guys, it's free. There's some content online that you have to pay for, right? Using your credit card. Pero ito po, it is for free. Support The Chosen. It is one of the most exceptional efforts being done now. And we have seen Dallas Jenkins, by the way, often mentions the Philippines as one of his biggest supporters. He keeps thanking Filipinos because of the overwhelming support from the Philippines. But it's like all over the world. Okay. Before that, meron tayong announcements. Jeff pala, no?
Yes.
Okay. Sige. I'm gonna ask you, Jeff, to read the details.
Sure.
In order. Ano ba ngayon? Anong susunod, Jeff? Nalito na ako.
Yung spam? No. 101 first. The 101.
Okay, please read, Jeff, the details.
Marky Talk 101, one-on-one conversations, the life and times of the musical icon Dr. Nonoy Zuniga, Thursday, December 10th, 2020, of course, 11 p.m. Abangan ninyo, ngayon na pong Thursday yan. Di ba, Direk?
Yes. Tama,
Yes.
okay? So, dalawa lang po kami ni Nonoy na magkwentuhan nito. So, samahan
Yes.
kami. And next is
The
spam na
spam.
ba?
Yes. Yung spam na. Yes. Spam part 4 na po tayo. Ito po ang sketches, poems, and monologues featuring SR Chihuarojas, Joy Ras, Bea Salombides, and AJ Robles. Sa December 17 na po yan, Thursday, 11 p.m.
Yes. And next?
Ang next is our Christmas special. Vacancy featuring Ron Titular and Joyce Burton Titular. Vacancy is by David Lampel, featuring Richard Nua, Rico Del Rosario, myself, Nathan Tan Pascual, and Mr. Carlo Orosas, isang special role directed by Mark Aranal, Tuesday, December 22nd, 11 p.m.
One more?
One more bago matapos ang taon. Oli Impan, isa na naman po tong post-Christmas special ng Marky Talk featuring Faith Dungaw and Caleb Rivera. Ito po ay sa panulat ni Alberto S. Florentino, malapit na.
Yes, sa anytime between Christmas and New Year. Of course, every Sunday, meron po tayong hour of prayer and encouragement. For 1 hour, we just intercede for the nation and for personal concerns po. Every Sunday po ito, samahan nyo kami, 11 to 12 midnight. So that's it for Market Talk. As I said, we're going to be leaving you with the trailer, of The Shepherd. Final words, guys. Eldrin.
Ako, I'm so excited for the Sunday show, or Monday show na dito sa atin. So please support The Chosen because it will really be a good evangelical tool for me na pwede nang gating gamitin so you can pay it forward for
Tama.
others to see it for free.
Share.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And thank you for our two ladies na first time at sana hindi last time. Sana nag-enjoy kayo.
Ako
Hannah and
po,
Kath.
nag-enjoy po ako. Nag-enjoy po ako. Nung una, kinakabahan po ako, pero talagang nung nagsimula na po tayo, nag-enjoy po ako sa ginawa po natin. And sana nga po, hindi lang po ito yung unang pagkakataon na maimbitahan po ako dito. Ayun.
Sa
Kasi,
uulitin.
yes po. Kasi mahilig din po ako manood ng mga pelikula at gusto ko rin pong mag-review. So,
Ayan.
salamat po, Direk.
Yes. May makukulit ka na, Jeff. Ha? Idagdag mo na si Hannah sa listahan.
Eldrin na tigakulit.
Si Eldrin pala ang tigakulit. Yes, Kath. Final words.
Salamat din po, sobra. Yun din, tulad ng kay Hannah, parang, hala, nakakabab, anong maiaambag ganito, ganyan. Meron ba? Parang ganun. Pero ang amazing lang ang sobrang sarap magpagpag, magbalnaw ng ganito.
Yes!
Hindi ka po, after mo kasi manood, hindi ka pwedeng nakastay ka lang sa loob ng nakatulala ka lang. Either magpo-post ka to share, pero hindi ka pwedeng mag-spoil. Pero,
Yun na eh.
Hindi na, wow! Tapos nakuha mo yung perspective ng ibang bagay na, ay, okay, nag-gets. Kaya pala, ganito. So, ang amazing lang. Sobrang thank you po for, ang saya-saya din po ng gantong, ang saya po nito, ang salamat po sa pag-produce ng ganitong film. Sobrang amazing. Sobra.
So, uulitin.
Siya na makaulit.
Yes!
Of course, of course. Marami pa tayong i-review. Marami pa, no? Thank you, Kath and Hannah. We really enjoyed your presence. And Jeff, final words.
Yeah. After reviewing Iska at saka yung final episode ng season 1 ng The Chosen, one thing I would like to encourage my fellow theater performers na katulad ko, mangarap tayo. Parang yun yung encouragement na nakuha ko kay Miss Ruby Ruiz. Libreng mangarap. At iangat natin sa prayer yan sa Panginoon. Pangalawa, we support these kinds of films na nagbibigay ng all nila to excel. Kasi yan yung lahing Pilipino. Yung bibigay ang galing natin 100%, 'di ba? Supportahan natin. Second, supportahan natin ang The Chosen kasi ito yung isang tool na pwede nating gamitin para i-share ang Panginoon natin sa ibang tao. Yun. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. So on behalf of my guest, Jeff, Eldrin, Kath, Hannah, and of course, Miss Ruby Ruiz.
Yes.
Thank you. This is Direct Mark Aranal saying good night. And this is a trailer of The Shepherd. God bless you.
I have a question about the Messiah.
Shepherd wants to learn.
Yes. Do you believe the Messiah will set us free from the occupation?
Yes, he will make a great military leader.
Are you sure? How far have you come?
From Galilee, Nazareth.
Don't say that too loud here.
This is a holy place.
Please.
Markiti, go!
Can I have my dinner now?
Not with us. You sleep with the sheep tonight.
You wonder why the Messiah hasn't come?
People like you keeping him away with your stains.